It tickles my fancy.
Okay.
Goosies.
I don't have hair.
Oof.
You got Marcos.
That's not.
Wait.
Yeah,
That's true. You do got me. Get over here, Marcus. Let me look at you.
I don't want it.
Tobin and Leroy, ready to deploy. Had to hit it with a little journalism, but that was a decoy. Better have about me, boy. Okay, Leroy talk. Hold to the show, man. Steers on the stars with the show, and till then his half moon open. Sometimes go taste like a snowman. No proof I'm a lie about a motor. No proof. Like I always wanted him, I never hated him, I never traded him, and if I did, I never ever traded him. You never know what is a star? Like under the city, the driver's side Florida. Just like a large, so many more. 10 in the more, never a bar. 8, 10 in the more, 2 to the P. Nothing to you, but it's something to me. Handsome as ever, and cute as can be. You can watch on YouTube with view for free. This one time for the Twitch. This one time for the text. This one time for the phone line. Whole time, wonder what they gonna do next.
You know, I just wish you guys would stop the quibbling.
Do what you want to do, Marcos. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I told you so, dude. I told you so. 0 for 10? What a bum. Wow, dude.
Couldn't hit one.
There goes that Magic contract. I'll tell you what. He'll be happy if he can do Magic at kids' birthdays from now on instead of signing with the Orlando Magic. Was that the last time we saw this golden trio from Golden State? You're damn right it was, baby. And look how he goes out.
Like a chump.
Like a chump.
Like a chump.
Like a chump.
Wow.
Like
Was
a
last night
chump.
better for you than the Heat winning a championship?
Oh, it was Christmas yesterday.
I know. I already know. I don't even know. Listen. I watched part of that game, right? And I'm like, oh no, he's 0 for 5.
Oh yeah.
Marcos is gonna be on fire tomorrow.
Licking his chops. Licking his frog chops.
They were who we thought they were. 27 points. Oh, stupid frog boy, how dare you? Because
I mean, it kind of just proves the point more, though. I mean, you really didn't seem to awaken him that game.
What was he doing? Is that South Beach water, dude?
I don't know, man.
Hey, so I have a question.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. I was outside with the roofing guys who showed up today.
They worked today. Nice.
But here's the deal. So I got a message saying that they were short on tiles.
Yep.
The tiles would be delivered yesterday,
Mm-hmm.
and they would come out and work today.
Mm-hmm.
Now, every time somebody comes through my gate, I get a text.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't getting no text yesterday.
Okay.
The guy showed up today.
With the tiles?
No, I don't know.
The roofers.
They're on the roof. So either one or two things happen. Either they brought the tiles and the tiles didn't need to be delivered, which is perfectly okay. Or somebody's lying to me and they just didn't show up because they had enough tiles on the roof.
I don't know.
And they came up with some BS excuse.
So they never didn't have the tiles. Is what you're
I don't know. I don't know. I just know ain't nobody ever delivered tiles.
Is the roof getting built right now? Do we know? Is the roof being built as we
They
speak?
started and then they stopped for like 4 days. It usually takes like 2 or 3 days to put the whole roof. So this is why I have to be here, right? Because you can't trust nobody to do their damn job. But I tell you what, on check day, dude was waiting at my door at 8:30 in the morning.
No. We need to come up with some kind of a sounder for like Leroy's customer service review to start the show.
Yeah,
Because like he's not going to move on to the show until we get, because it's not that the roof is getting built. It's just the fact that they lied to him a couple days ago about not having the material
took a
to build the roof.
You realize it takes
Potentially they did that.
Wait, once the tiles are put on, because the tiles have to sit on the roof for a couple of days.
Okay.
It normally takes 3 days to be done with the roof.
I don't know the technicality. This is like
no, I'm telling you. I've asked because
I don't know the ins and outs and intricacies of a roof.
It has now been a week and a half.
Uh-huh.
It should have been done last week.
I understand.
It's been pretty good weather these past couple days.
Right. And you're playing with fire.
Mm.
Because I'm telling you right now, I'm telling you right now, if it starts raining and they get off that roof, bleep is going to hit the fan. My roofer, hey, that's a perfect example. My roofing company is out here like Klay. Didn't show up.
They didn't, but if you do, for some reason, if there was tiles, actually know that Klay Thompson could provide you some bricks if you need to go ahead and cover up that roof. It's definitely possible. If you need, he's got a bunch, baby.
He only got 10. I need more than that.
Yeah,
he that's sad. It doesn't make you sad at all. Like, I know you're on a victory dance right now, but like,
I mean,
end of an era last night.
But that's the thing, man. When you have a guy, you had a guy who tore his Achilles, blew out his knee, right? Mm-hmm. And now he's struggling. Should we be like walking on his grave?
I know. Look, Marcos has been on the demise of Klay. This is not a new thing. He's basically been on this since he's been on the show. So we're going on 3 years now since he's basically recovered from that Achilles.
Yeah, that was correct.
Yeah, but he's been doing it for a while, dude. He's one of the elite shooters in NBA history.
It's gonna make you sad. It's gonna be like Hornets Tony Parker, like Magic Klay Thompson is gonna make you sad.
I'm gonna buy that.
Like Boston Shaq.
I'm gonna buy a Magic Klay Thompson.
Like Boston Shaq.
Yeah, that was gross too. Remember when he went to Cleveland, win a ring for the king? Yeah, right.
I do remember.
Not working.
Didn't work out so good for him.
Hey, did you watch the first game? That was a good game.
It was a good game.
That was
until missed 6-8.
Yeah, he was balling though. It was tough.
They couldn't. Let me tell you something. They could not stop him.
He's a moose.
Yeah,
and quick.
He's a moose. Also yesterday, so the Lakers win yesterday. If you guys didn't tune in last night, Lakers, they are moving on. So they will take on the Denver Nuggets in a rematch of last year's Western Conference Finals.
Free Wiper Juniors today.
The Pelicans now go to the Sacramento Kings, or the Sacramento Kings come to the Pelicans, and the winner goes home. The winner moves on to the Thunder. The loser goes home. The East gets going tonight. Heat 76ers. That is a 7:00 tip-off from Philadelphia. 5:45 pre-heat with Solana and Tommy Ty. They will get you set for all the action tonight. Philadelphia is a 5.5-point favorite. Terry Rozier has been ruled out for tonight's game. Duncan Robinson is probable, but that is unfortunate that he will not have Scary Terry for tonight's action.
Tonight hanged up his neck pretty good.
Yeah, 9:30 is the Hawks Bulls game. Chicago is a favorite in that one, and as the home team, 3.5-point favorite for Chicago tonight.
They played the same 9-10 last year, didn't they?
Yes, they had much better records last year, but that's their home. Their home. Well, no, they didn't play the 9-10. What happened was the Hawks were the 7-8. I don't remember who the Bulls beat, but the Bulls won the 9-10, then play the Heat. So yes, they live in the play-in. The records are just a lot worse this year. I want to say Toronto was the other play-in team last year. But I'm not positive. You might have got me. I don't know who the 10 seed was last year.
I know, but I'm just saying. It just seems like we've said the Bulls are playing the Hawks for the last.
That's where they live. Yes, they live in in the bottom play. That's where they've been.
Hey, I was a little nervous last night watching that Panthers game. And then somebody, hello, who is it? Hockey game. Okay, we run a little late. And that second period came along.
Panthers woke up. Panthers are now the division champs. They close out with 4 straight wins. They skipped over Boston, who lost to the Senators last night.
Who lost to the Senators. You want to talk about that's losing to the Wizards.
Pathetic.
That's losing to the Wizards right there.
They lost to the Senators last night. So Boston drops in the standings. They're going to now take on Toronto, and the Panthers got ourselves a first round showdown with that damn Vasilevsky.
Oh, what?
Don't forget Kucherov.
Oh, I hate them.
That was our prize. What are we doing?
I don't know. Wait, it's amazing. I don't know any names in hockey outside of the Panthers names, right? But I know Vasilevsky and Kucherov.
Yeah. Well, we hate
That's it.
Tell you what, though, Panthers in 4.
Oh, that would be sweet.
It's gonna happen.
That would be sweet.
It's gonna happen.
Hey, Mush.
Oh, it's not me.
Stop.
I'm undefeated at Panthers games this year. You know what? If you're listening, Paul, I'm undefeated at Panthers games this year. Just letting you know.
Are you talking about Paul Maurice or
No.
Paul, our sales guy?
Anyone who can get me tickets.
Any Paul can. If any Paul wants to give him Paul
Any Paul.
McCartney, if you have
If
Panthers
you're
tickets,
listening, Paul McCartney.
just give him some Panthers
You
tickets.
say Paul.
Um,
No call Paul ain't gonna call you back.
Well, I got other sources. You know I hobnob.
if I need Panthers tickets, Paul hooks it up.
Paul does it up.
So what do you want?
Oh,
Luxury
I
box.
don't know.
On
Maybe
the
it's
glass?
me. Maybe it's me.
Last time we were at a Panthers game, though, Sophia Tobin, actually, it was the last time she was sick. Threw up some ice cream.
She's a
Who
throw
throws
up.
up ice cream?
She is a throw upper, but she's tiny.
I like
I
it.
don't
though.
know.
I'm a person. My fiance hates it. Will do anything to not throw up. Me, if I even feel it a little bit,
I will
I'll
tell
do
you,
it here.
the Panthers, like a lot of people, you'll go to a game. Games can be and arenas can be a little stingy, but you
Yeah.
ask for that Panthers ice cream, they are loading that puppy up.
Girl.
They're giving you basically a quart of soft serve.
You know what? I've only thrown up twice in my life.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been over this.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Iron stomach. Well, listen, good for you. You have a stronger stomach than a 12-year-old.
I think well,
Wait, let's show
I've been closer to throwing up from hitting my throw up button with my toothbrush than I have from eating food or drinking.
If I sit here for 30 seconds just thinking nasty stuff, I'll throw up.
Final headline.
I just think about it.
Marlins beat the Giants last night 6-3.
Woo!
So
Hey,
the fish get
It,
themselves.
it got sketchy. They had 2 men on
Always does. It's never
and
easy.
and somebody on.
You had to did you see what happened to Ryan Weathers yesterday?
No.
So Ryan Weathers was balling yesterday. He was 6 innings, he struck out 10. He's looking great. And then he's warming up and he throws, I'm guessing a curveball or a slider, and his hand just stays like this. It's like
Oh, he cramped
goes,
up.
his hand cramped.
Whoa. The hand cramps are the worst.
He's
You know, it's almost as bad as the foot cramp.
Yeah. He's like, oh.
Hey, I got so dehydrated in a game, I knew I was going to cramp up, right? So I went at halftime and said, hey, I need an IV. They said, no. I said, all right. I go out and I start cramping. My tongue was cramping.
Dude, this guy,
It was excruciating.
I mean this lovingly, Ryan Weathers. Ryan Weathers looks like a sweater, looks like he goes through a couple Gatorade bottles during a game,
Yeah.
Oh, so he dehydrated?
And I don't know, he's just warming up. He's like, but the hand just won't move. And Skip Schumacher at that point has to be thinking to himself, you
Are you-
have to be kidding me. I finally have a guy. He's cruising. And it's like,
Hand
no.
cramp.
It's
Hand
cramp. Kidding me?
Hand cramp.
What
Hey.
else could go wrong?
You ever got the foot cramp? The toes?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's the worst.
Oh, yeah. It's
But
the
you-
cousin of Deadfoot.
Listen, you can't get a toe cramp and have dead foot
Oh,
because
dude.
you can't feel it.
No, they're two different things. Two different things.
Oh, so
Two different things.
I would suggest you go get that foot checked because if you didn't had a cramp and dead foot, that foot ain't right.
Oof. Anyway, we'll take a
Toe
quick
cramps are
break.
the worst.
Did I do the truck thing?
No, you did not.
Those were our headlines brought to you by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Super Center. Why buy your truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford.
We know trucks.
Miami Heat getting ready for the play-in tonight. We'll get into that. Chris Grier, he addressed the draft and other stuff. Plenty to get to here on a Wednesday. Back after this. Welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you, 560 WQAM. Take you up until 2 here on the program.
How we feeling tonight? I'm
feeling confident. I'm feeling real confident. Actually, I'm feeling probably overly confident. I feel good.
You always feel overly confident. But
I feel really good today, though, man. You know, I'm expecting a big game from Boy Wonder tonight. I think Boy Wonder's ready to show out. I think didn't have Boy Wonder the last time around.
Yeah.
To face the Sixers. You know, it is one of the, you know, it is interesting. You know, I watched these shows today, yesterday. Like I'm watching the Sixers, and they sit there like, oh, poor Sixers didn't have Joel Embiid all these days. Oh. Do you mention, most starting lineups in Heat history? Do you mention that Tyler Herro is out all those games? Do you mention that Jimmy Butler is out all those games? Do you mention that? Nah, never gets a peep for the Heat.
Well, can I just say why?
Because they don't know and they're lazy.
No.
That's what Kendrick Perkins said about Shaq and Charles Barkley, by the way.
I would say this.
Wow.
Because Joel Embiid was an MVP. Okay. And so when
you're acting like they're not important.
No. I'm just saying it.
That's what it makes it sound like. Oh, it's just like, tough.
No. Look,
I
don't care.
Because guess what? Because Charles Barkley mentioned Julius Randle a ton. Yes. Oh, they don't have Julius Randle.
No.
Oh,
Julius Randle is again.
Oh, he did though.
Julius Randle is not Joel Embiid, right?
I understand, but my point is, if your point is, hey, well, they're mentioning him because he's an MVP. Nah, they mentioned Julius Randle when talking about the Knicks not having Julius Randle. So apparently the Heat are the only ones. They mentioned Terry Rozier not being there. And by the way, I don't even want you guys to mention that. I'm just saying it's funny. It's just funny. It's noticeable.
I would say
what happens when your best players' sayings get stolen for an NBA playoff.
All that being said,
yep.
It doesn't matter what Joel Embiid does. Joel Embiid could get his 30. It matters what Tyrese Maxey does.
I mean, that's what they both do. When you say things like that, it sounds silly. Like they both.
Because I'm telling you, listen, I am telling you, if you let Tyrese Maxey set the tone for how the game is going to be played, you don't have a chance.
Okay. Well,
he is more important.
He had a really good game the last time they played, and the Heat blew it at the end. It wasn't because of him starting off. He started off amazing the last game, and the Heat blew a lead.
Okay.
So, like, I understand.
Never mind.
No, I'm just saying, like, what you said happened.
Never mind. You're right. Samesies.
No, it's not samesies.
Okay. So you're telling me the Heat missing Tyler Herro is the equivalent to the Sixers missing Joel Embiid?
I didn't say it was equivalent, but I think it's definitely. You don't think it's an important thing that the Heat don't have one of their top 3 scorers?
The Heat couldn't win without Tyler Herro.
How much?
They've done it.
Oh, I thought
they had to do it.
I thought last year didn't matter.
The Sixers have proven they have no chance of winning consistently without a Joel Embiid.
Yeah, they haven't won a lot consistently with him either.
What are you talking about?
What
Before
have they done?
Got hurt, they were 31-8.
Cool. Hey.
What do you
first half of the season?
Okay. All right. Okay. Never mind. What I'm saying makes no sense.
I'm not trying to say that Joel Embiid is not a better player than Tyler Herro. I'm not saying that. You're the one who wants to. You want to like quibble it down to that.
I'm not quibbling down to that. But I'm saying the Heat have a better chance of winning without Tyler Herro, and have had a better chance of winning without Tyler Herro than
but it's not
the
nothing.
76ers have had winning without Joel Embiid.
Okay, great. You know what? I'll agree with that. That's the most obvious argument ever, but it's not nothing. It's not an argument to ignore. Okay. Like to say Tyler Herro is like a non-factor for the Miami Heat. Especially not having.
I never said that.
But you understand why it comes across that way.
No, because my whole point is them having Joel Embiid back, and having Tyler Herro back is 2 different animals.
Which, by the way, it's also funny that your parallel argument is, by the way, it doesn't matter what he does; it only matters what Maxey does.
Yes.
Okay.
Because here's
Which
why.
one is it? Which
Here's
one is
why.
it?
No, here. Have you ever heard the phrase, the star is going to be the star? It's the other guy. Okay? Joel Embiid can get his 30 and get his double-double and make his threes or whatever. But if Tyrese Maxey has 30, it's going to be a problem. Does that make any sense to you or no? Am I just making crap
Both
up?
30s are pretty bad. I think
No, but your star is going to be your star. Joel Embiid is going to get his. If you let somebody else do it too, that's where the problem is. And Tyrese Maxey sets the tone. He sets the tempo. He does all those things. So you got to shut him down and let Joel Embiid slow walk it and play that slow old man's game. You have a chance.
Okay. Gotcha.
You don't see that at all.
I don't really understand what your point is on all of this, to be honest with you.
No point. No.
Well,
point.
that was good then.
I don't even understand what
I'm not making a point.
Yeah, wasn't it?
I've gotten it down to
Never mind.
Joel Embiid is
Never
more
mind.
important than Tyler Herro,
Nope.
but he's not as important to stop
Yeah.
because you got to stop Tyrese Maxey.
More important than Tyler Herro, not important.
No, dude, I'm not the first person to say this. Okay? I'm not the first person that talks about a basketball team and say the star is going to be the star. You need to stop the other guy. And that other guy is Tyrese Maxey. If he gets off with Joel Embiid, it's going to be a problem.
I would agree with that.
But if you can
allow
slow
two
down,
best players to
if
get
you
off,
can slow
probably a problem.
Tyrese Maxey down, Joel Embiid is still going to get his.
I mean, maybe.
Just dismiss it. No problem.
No, I'm not dismissing it. It's just, it seems like a ridiculous argument.
Is this still
Why?
about Tyler Herro though? Or are we still talking about?
No,
Tyler
because he
Herro?
doesn't matter.
This is
He
no
doesn't-
longer
no,
about
don't
Tyler
even
Herro.
when he's out there today, just ignore him because he's not a player. He's not a factor.
That's fair.
The Miami Heat are not allowed to have important pieces because they're not important pieces. They're all the same.
No,
They're all the same. Only the Philadelphia 76ers
They're not important.
No.
as
are
Joel
obvious
Embiid, though.
pieces.
okay,
that
but
are
if you would grow up for a minute,
Oh.
okay, what I have said is a fact.
You
That
yes,
hold on,
I
let
would
me
agree, Leroy. You
finish.
said Joel Embiid is better
Let
than
me
Tyler.
no.
Congrats.
Let me finish. What I said was the Heat can still win consistently without Tyler Herro. They've done it throughout the course of the year, last year, whatever.
Not this year.
But what are you talking about?
Not this year. They didn't do consistent winning without him.
Okay.
Oh wait, are you gonna go to the thing where last year matters? Because I thought it didn't.
Go ahead. Are we done? I won't make another point about this game. We'll just be Wild Heat Coyote.
I'm not being wild.
No, no,
I
you are.
haven't made one point about the Heat at all. We're talking about the Sixers. We haven't even talked about the Heat. But I do think it is. I do think it is silly that nobody seems to mention that the Miami Heat aren't like it's never a thing that the Miami Heat when they lose an important player.
Here's why. Let me ask you a question. Whether Tyler Herro plays or doesn't play, right, throughout the course of this season, they've still been the same level of inconsistent, right? They haven't been more consistent when Tyler Herro plays or less consistent. As the season, the overall season,
he missed half the season. Like, what can you judge on that? He missed half the season.
Okay.
Want to hear his record with and without?
Sure.
With the Miami Heat had a 23-17 record without Tyler Herro this season. 23-17. With him, 23-19.
So same.
Samesies.
The same team.
Same.
Now do Joel Embiid.
Cool.
He's not doing anything. He's just typing. He's not
Didn't
even
that sound
typing
fast,
it.
though?
That sounded like fake typing.
That sounded really good, though.
That sounded like fake typing.
He played 39 games in total. So, I mean, didn't really do anything. But he was 31-8 with the 76ers.
Cool.
Whatever, though. Inflated numbers. Remember that playing tournament?
Okay.
I didn't disagree with his point that Joel Embiid is a better player than Tyler Herro. That's where he's Peter
No,
Pan.
that's
and
not.
wants to be
No,
a-
no.
I didn't disagree
I'm not. That's an obvious.
But to
That's
say
not
Tyler
the
Herro
point
does
that-
to say Tyler
That's
Herro
not.
is
That's not the
inconsequential
point
is
I was
silly.
making. That was not the point I was making. Okay.
Well, what is the
The
point you're
point
making?
is, you came in here saying that, oh, Tyler Herro's back. Tyler Herro's back. We got everybody back. And I'm like, okay, but they're the same team with
We
or
don't have
without
everybody
him.
back. We don't have Terry Rozier back.
Uh,
But it would never be mentioned. That's the thing, though. Like if the Heat didn't have their starting point guard, do you think it would be mentioned?
That's what you're worried about, whether it's mentioned. I'm trying to figure out how to win the game. I don't care about what people
I'm just
are
saying
saying.
it's never mentioned.
It's not at
It's never
7
mentioned
o'clock.
as
The
anything.
ball's going to get tipped off, and nobody's going to give a rat's ass who's playing. Why are you so worried about them talking about
All right.
who's playing and who's not, and who's getting the importance or not? At 7 o'clock, the game's up. How the Heat going to win?
With Tyler Herro. Tyler Herro.
Okay,
Huh?
but
What?
and
Let's
I
just do a new
said
next segment.
you're basing that on what?
Tyler Herro's been really good since he's been back.
But they've been the same team with or without him.
Overall, this season they've been the same team, basically the same team, but they haven't had a lot.
Right.
Like Leroy, when you say that, like they've had half the season, they've had a different starting lineup to go out there. You cannot judge a team's consistency if you can say, okay, hey, they haven't had their MVP candidate. Great, I've given them that. Good for them. But the Miami Heat have also had a lot of injuries and have had different people out the entire time. Now, if it was Jimmy Butler the entire time, yeah, it would be looked upon differently than if it's Jimmy Butler for 15 games, Tyler Herro for 40 games, Duncan Robinson for 20 games. Miami Heat only had 2 players who played 70 games this year.
Was it Dunks and
No,
Bam?
it was Jaime and Bam.
Jaime.
That was
Bam.
it.
Okay. Dunks just missed out, right? He was close.
He was on his way, but then this damn back happened, and you know, I gave him, offered a massage, didn't
Right.
work.
Yeah, I can't believe he didn't take that up. You guys have been lashing out this segment. I want you to know that.
I didn't try to.
No, it's definitely Leroy's fault.
What?
Agreed.
Oh, yeah.
Kate South says, how does Tobin fit on those headphones with rabbit ears on?
Right.
Easily. They're quite big. And they adjust.
Long cord, too.
So
Long cord.
if the Sixers win, you already have built-in excuses. That's good.
No, I don't have built-in excuses. I know
You
how
do.
important it is tonight.
You do.
It sucks, though. You can't, but this is the thing, though, Leroy. Like, you're going to say it's an excuse, but that's kind of my getting back to my point is like you're supposed to look upon as a Heat fan, like not having Terry Rozier is nothing. And it's not.
No, I'm not. I was bummed.
I'm not saying you, but like that's
Right.
kind of what the narrative is. It's like, oh, you don't have Terry Rozier? Tough. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, and I hope tonight that Tyler Herro can pick up where Terry Rozier was, because before Terry Rozier got hurt, man, dude was balling out.
Yeah.
Hit threes like crazy, was super important in the clutch. And this is a big one for Tyler Herro because he gets this chance to kind of debunk all of what is the narrative around him.
Here's what he can do. And in a game of this importance, right? If he goes out and balls out, right? And just goes crazy. I think the whole thought process behind him will change. But we're still waiting for him, and when the Heat have a very important game, to be available
100%.
and then to play like he's capable of playing. So
Because if he throws up a stinker tonight,
right,
the fans are going to be out for him.
you know what they say? What does our guy Vlad say? Them streets gonna need a body.
Streets gonna need a body.
Yep.
And especially as Schmeathan says, whatever happens tonight, it cannot end with a Kyle Lowry game winner.
I'd rather get blown out than a Kyle Lowry game winner.
Really?
Rather get blown out.
You would
dude.
rather get blown out. You would want tonight to be non-competitive.
I'll lose by 86 before I get a Kyle Lowry game winner.
Really? Does Leroy really know the Heat? No, I don't.
The guy says, in the words, Handsome Dive says, in the words of Cheater Belichick, do your job. Did you guys see this Belichick story that came out today?
No. What happened? Can we take a break? Because
we got to take a break.
You
but
messed up the whole thing.
Yeah, I'll take the blame on that. Sabotage this segment, but apparently not as much as Robert Kraft is sabotaging Bill Belichick's career.
Really?
Take a break. Back after this.
You know, I just wish you guys would stop the quibbling.
All right, welcome back. Tobin and Leroy here with you. 560 WQAM.
You know these bums are counting ads now.
What do you mean these bums?
Waddle, baby, waddle. 9 ads is wild.
Oh, you know what? Because on there, there's a chance that while they're watching on YouTube or Twitch, that they do have like a series of ads.
Oh, okay.
I'm not gonna lie to you. If I saw 9 ads before a video I wanted to watch, I'm like, wow.
I'll tell you what, man. You know what's getting crazy? I have like an Amazon Fire Stick, and I told you guys, like, I'm a sleep sounds guy. I like having the ambient noise.
They do commercials for your ambient sounds?
Right, come on, but not even just like one. It used to just be like the same, like William. It used to be like,
first you're in at Augusta.
yeah.
And then you get a slap child.
No, it won't do it. It won't break in between. It's not like that. But it used to just be like the same ad for like William Shatner in space. It was 30 seconds. I'm like, all right, let me sit through this. Now it's like 4 ads up to 2 minutes before I get to my damn fireplace on the beach.
It's like H&R Block.
Oh, it's like, oh my God, I just want to get to sleep. Wallaby says just download on the Alexa app on your phone and tell it to play white noise. I suppose I could do that.
We don't have Alexa.
Yeah, I don't have one.
I don't have. Well, I think you could do it if you have it on
Siri?
your phone. Just do that.
Oh.
Siri too, yeah. We'll get back into the Heat and got to get some Dolphins as well. Chris Grier spoke to the media for like a half hour yesterday on a lot of stuff.
Yeah, he
Did you feel better about it?
Well, he said some stuff.
Did you feel better about the situation? I heard Omar and Perk getting into it.
Oh yeah.
What were they getting into it about?
Because Omar thinks they should draft a quarterback.
In the
I don't understand. I might be getting this wrong. And Perk, well, no. One of them, it might have been Perk, who says that you could get a quarterback.
Dude, I gotta be honest with you. Like, I've heard some of Omar like, oh, you got to bring in competition. All right, I'm not against them bringing in competition, but my thing is,
not with the first.
How the hell with this roster, which Omar has documented, their needs and the apocalypse or whatever he calls it.
Capocalypse.
He's done all that. You really think the Dolphins, when they already they're gonna pay Tua, they're going to pay him.
Yes.
You think they can really afford to just use this pick on a quarterback? Like, I don't understand that from people. And basically, Chris Grier basically said as much yesterday because he was like, we'll look into everything and but like nobody is looking at 21 and being like, this guy's going to be a for sure thing franchise.
Plus, here's the other thing you also need to understand, right? That if you were to take a quarterback, even if you were thinking about it, right? He would have been a 2nd or 3rd round talent because all of the quarterbacks have gotten pushed up so much that what you end up with wouldn't be a 1st round quarterback.
Yeah, if the Dolphins see a diamond in the rough, okay, I'm not against it, but like not with the first couple picks. No friggin' way.
And the other thing is that,
and you want to talk about, and like, by the way, you want to talk about everything you've built into Tua's confidence, the type of, the type of work they've done on his development, and then you're gonna put that guy through that again. You've already, because like you can say, oh, poor Tua, that's being a pro. Dude, he's already been through that.
Yeah, but I would say you as a player have to get to a point where that crap doesn't bother you anyway. Like, I think I got a contract extension. They drafted Tommy Vardell.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and so I spent the first half of the year trying, with them trying to force feed him, right? He gets hurt, I go to the Pro Bowl. Like, but if I had worried about who they brought in, right? You can't, that's football. So I'm not worried about that, but I will say this. I know you have more pressing needs.
I'm not overlooking. I know how great a football player you were, but this guy's got a national polarization and everything he does is a debate on a different level that if the Dolphins were to do that,
everybody would read into it totally
that
different.
Is not going away after a training camp press conference.
No, I got you, but
the best man wins.
If they bring any quarterback in, you're going to have that. But here's the deal. Like, to say you need to have competition, you only need to have competition at the quarterback position if you're not sure who your quarterback is.
If you don't think your quarterback has drive, like, okay,
Right?
I
So,
get that.
and we see it. We've seen guys coming. Like, think about this. Why in the hell would Philly bring in who they bring in? Mac Jones, right? No, wait.
No, they brought in
They brought in
who did Philadelphia bring in? No, because Mac Jones went to Jacksonville.
so right. So let's
Like,
just
he's
use
gonna-
that.
Like, he's gonna push that.
Right.
that-
But that's my point. That's my point. So if the Dolphins have brought in somebody like Mac Jones, right? What are you saying? You ain't saying nothing, because why on earth would anybody in Jacksonville think that Mac Jones is gonna push Trevor Lawrence?
Guys,
Why would anybody think that?
Philly brought in Kenny Pickett.
Kenny Pickett. There you go. So
Kenny.
so there. Like, okay. Like, oh, okay. Kenny Pickett is now in Philly. You think, oh, in Philly, they're thinking, oh, now he's gonna push our quarterback? No.
Yeah, I don't know. My thing with this team is they need to hit on these picks, because these guys need to provide something from a
Right.
production standpoint. You know, last year their second round pick gave them nothing. Whether you want to blame coaching for it or whatever, it is what it is. He gave
is
you
what it
nothing,
is. You're
and
right.
that's
At that point,
and that sucks. Like, you need to hit on those things. And
at that point, you're not gonna be graded for what your guy can do 4 or 5 years from now.
right.
If you draft him high enough, he needs to be able to participate on Sunday on
Yes.
a regular basis and be some type of person that you look to and say he is a part of this.
Yeah, so he didn't say anything that really stood out. Do you have any of it in yet, Marcos? Do you have any Chris Grier? And if it's okay if you don't, because
I don't, but I can get whatever you like in 30 seconds.
if you could just get me him on the grades of their players at 21, because he was talking about the one thing I found interesting is he said they don't have 21 players graded with a first round pick, but that doesn't mean that they can't get their guy, because he could say they don't have the quarterbacks
Well,
graded.
one of the reasons why he's saying that, and this is what I heard, right?
Mhm.
Of the guys they were thinking about getting, right? And of the guys that they graded out, right? Some of those guys, he's basically saying some of those guys getting picked up in the first 21 picks aren't graded as top 20 players in their minds.
Right.
So what that means that they can probably get somebody. And here's what's going to happen. I'm telling you right now, because it happens every draft. Okay? They're going to get somebody that maybe they graded as a top 10 or 15 pick, and they're going to pick him up, and everybody's going to say, why? It is because we got a top 10, top 15 pick at 20. That's why. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that because with the quarterbacks, and like they say, all the offensive players going as high as they are, then that means that you might have an opportunity for a really good defensive player, right? Or a nice offensive lineman, or a position that people may not think that you need, but the talent graded out so high that you felt like you had to take it.
Here's Chris Grier on the grades.
How many players would you feel comfortable taking at 21 that are on your board right now?
I think we feel there'll be, we definitely feel there will be 1 or 2 players that we really like. There is where we are right now. We feel that we can get an impact player there that will help our team and roster, and we'd be very excited to add. So we've gone through it a few times. We'll keep going through it here, but we feel good about who would be there at 21 if we were to pick there.
So it's fair to say you have at least 21 first-round grades. Is that
no? It's because you were asking that question because all that story when guys ask how many first, but no. As of right now, we do not have 21 first-round grades, but we feel that, again, when teams are building for their roster, teams are looking at different things. So you talk to every team, and they're usually in that 15 to 20 range on players, and but it varies from team to team what everyone's looking for.
Who do you think who do you think gets to protect the board? Does he have like a fingerprint scan on his room, on the war room? because I would love for that to leak. Because here's the thing: no matter who does get picked at 21, bet your ass they're gonna say, "Oh, he was on our board. Oh, that guy was number one."
Yeah, you know the routine. You know the routine. You know the routine, right? They all the coaches say the same thing. Nobody ever says, "Nah, we were lukewarm on him and he was available." No, they don't say we got our guy. Everybody's doing that fake cheer in the war room. Everybody's doing that fake celebration in the war room, right? Come on, we know. But here's the interesting, part of, about that is that you don't need to grade out 21 guys because you know that 5 or 6 quarterbacks are going to be taken before you.
Yes.
So that makes it 15 guys. 3 wide receivers are probably going to be picked before they get to you.
I'll tell
right?
you what, if I was
So
a
now
GM,
that's 9. That's 12 guys. So you only need 12 first-round grades of the people that you're considering, the positions that you are considering.
if I was a GM and I wasn't taking a QB, I'd be leaking like crazy to me. Be like, man, I hear they like this guy too. He's moving up the boards. He's moving up the boards.
Yeah.
Mike McDaniel, this is his first round pick, and Chris Grier says he won't stop bothering him.
Oh, he's been out of his mind because now he's recommending everybody to me. So, but it's been fun. He's been, I've been watching a lot of players talking, great communication. So it's been fun. I think he's very excited to have a good player, as we all are.
Mike,
Ooh, that's what I should do for the draft, huh?
What?
Dave South say Leroy got a snacks big board.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Should we do a snack draft?
Oh, whatever you want, dude. But I love that. Mike McDaniel's like, Chris. Yeah, Mike. I got somebody. Does he run a 4.2? How'd you know?
Oh, dude. Could you imagine?
Could you imagine the fast guy from Texas?
Oh, hey, I got. Do we have a whiteboard there?
Yeah, we do something.
Okay. I'll figure it. We got to figure it out. Because I have a candy guy. A candy guy. I know a guy who owns a candy store.
You know a guy who owns a candy store, huh?
Yeah.
All right, I'm listening.
And he said he could come in and we could do a snack draft, a candy draft.
I love that.
Wow.
All right, take a quick break. Hour 2 is next.
Text double.
It's time for our Tua.
It's our Tua. It's our Tua. It's our Tua. Tua, Tua, Tua. Tonga Vailoa. Not
Tua Tagovailoa.
A for effort. Dolphins quarterback.
Tua.
It's our Tua. It's our Tua.
Tua.
Tua, Tua, Tua. Tua, Tua, Tua. Can go to hell. Tua Tagovailoa. Dolphins quarterback. Daddy loves you guys.
Our Tua with Tobin and Leroy.
Check the history of
Our Tua of the program, ladies and gentlemen. Tobin and Leroy here with you. 560 WQAM. Take your ass up until 2. Let's get to our headlines brought to you by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Super Center. Why buy your truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford.
We know trucks. Hey, I have a question. What do you do if the tab on the top of your soda breaks?
Is it like a clean break? Like there's nothing left.
Clean break. Nothing.
Around.
Nope. Can't flip it around. So I can't.
Probably got to like use like a can opener or something, dude.
Oh wait, can opener.
You can't open it. What that?
What do you mean?
What's wrong? You can't put a can.
You can use an old school can
It
opener.
doesn't fit.
No, I'm not talking about like the crank one. You got to have like the beak one, you know, like the one that like, you know, has the hook on the one thing, latches.
Oh, the little
pineapple.
Oh, I got you. Yeah, I got you.
Oh, somebody say butter knife.
have a metal
Shotgun it
straw?
like a beer, you child. I'm a child.
Do you have a metal straw? Do any of your Stanley cups have any metal straws on them by any chance?
Oh, I know what you're saying. No,
Just poke, yeah, like
no, I
you know
don't.
how they have the card.
But
I
don't
think
do
that-
it. Hey, don't
hey.
do it near your computer.
Oh, do not.
I think that was the biggest waste of time. The reusable straw,
Yeah,
because all you did was throw it away anyway, because it's kind of nasty.
It is
Now-
kind of nasty. You got to put it through the ringer there on, or unless you have like a really high pressured sink,
yeah, no one does.
blow through it.
Like I'm not. Yeah,
With that being said, I have 42 straws at my house.
D Sizzle says,
slam
"Do
a
you want-"
metal straw through the top.
See,
Yeah, that's probably like it's the same thing. But I'm just saying, like, if you don't want to like slam it to maybe hurt your hand, if you have an old school can opener that has the beak, that should probably do it for you.
Oh, and just kind of open it up.
Yeah.
Nobody
That's
can't open this anymore.
I don't think they do.
No, nobody uses.
I still got
Yeah.
one. Like,
Do
I
you?
still got
Hey,
My
one.
son has a Swiss
no.
Army knife.
You want to know what's crazy?
Oh, wow.
Big Spoon blew my mind when she put the thing on the top and cranked it around
you-
and pulled
like
the whole
dipped it
top.
in
I was
the
like, what?
It's sorcery.
Yes. What is this?
All right, so headlines.
You
Getting to them.
You almost did it again.
I almost, but it didn't. It's like the ref didn't see me. Good. So yeah, I was telling you the story last hour. Bill Belichick apparently got sideswiped in this whole Falcons hunt because he had told the Falcons, he goes, "Look, I don't want total control. You guys, I'll work with your front office." And so, you know, they like what they heard, but he hadn't heard anything. And apparently Belichick was blindsided because he thought, like, nailed it. Bill Belichick, I'm going to get this Falcons job. But apparently, according to this report from ESPN, they did a big deep dive. ESPN loves a Patriots deep dive, by the way.
Oh, do they?
They love a Patriots deep dive. A source quoted the Belichick source saying, Robert called Arthur to warn him not to trust Bill. That account was backed up by the source and a friend close to Kraft. Multiple sources said that Kraft spoke with the same candor to blank about Belichick. Those sources declined to elaborate. One source close to Belichick said Kraft was a big part as to why the Falcons passed on hiring him.
Dang.
That sounds like
Sabotage.
wait.
Sabotage.
That sounds like an ingrate.
Yeah. Wow.
What led to that, dude?
They
How
hate
can
each other.
someone
That's it. There you go.
through?
We need to play backstabbers when we come back. What they do.
I know what happened is Tom Brady won a championship with the Buccaneers and he hasn't gotten over it. His beloved Tom Brady.
So
you know
think
that
Robert
dude.
Kraft-
Yeah,
He's so mad that Bill pushed out Brady. I mean, it only costed him 1 Super Bowl.
Dude, imagine this. All right, imagine if D Wade left the Heat, but then won a championship with the Cavs.
Oh, and
Like,
it was
you
Spo who drove him out.
No, it was Riley.
It was Riley. But like, imagine because like Mickey, like at the end of
Okay,
it,
yeah,
Mickey
yeah.
was the one speaking to Dwayne. It wasn't Pat.
Yeah.
Like, remember Pat said he had like the email in the draft. But imagine Dwayne leaving, but then winning a title. Like,
Yeah.
Probably would have been a little frosty.
Damn, but is that enough for me to say Pat, like prevent Pat from getting a job elsewhere?
I don't know.
Like if Pat is now,
Dude, you have to understand. You have to understand.
That's rough.
Those people live on a different level.
That's not. I mean, like,
Right?
look, it seems like the Arisons and Riley are much tighter. Obviously, this comes in with you recruited Pat Riley here, but dude, that man loved Tom Brady, and Tom Brady winning a championship with somebody else.
Well,
you're here with McCorkle.
I will tell you this. I
It's 5 years.
I tell the story how Cleveland ran Bill Belichick out of town. You know how it all started?
Hmm?
You ready? He got rid of Bernie for Vinny.
Hey, bro.
Right. So, and you know how the people in Ohio feel about Bernie. So that didn't help. But at the same time, man, come on.
Apparently, he didn't even finish in the top 3 for the Falcons coaching job too.
Damn,
This had nuked his chances so hard.
So wait.
was
Wait.
a
Let me say something.
Mhm.
Let me say something,
Mhm.
which is crap, right? Not only do you have to say the reasons why he didn't get the job, but then you got to say he wasn't even in the top 3.
Not even top.
Like, that's just adding, like, come on.
It says what Arthur Blank didn't say was that he and his top lieutenants had voted on the team's next head coach, ranking each candidate. Belichick didn't even finish in anyone's top 3.
Well, yeah, that's because after that story, but that wasn't necessary. That part of the story wasn't necessary, right?
Piling on?
Right. Like you just say we decided to go a different, like, you know how you see, here's the deal. You can go a politically correct way,
Yep.
right? Like when people get fired, we're going in a different direction, right? Or you can go scorched earth and say, you can't do this job. You suck. You're
They
fired.
said, one source tells ESPN on Belichick's inability to persuade the Falcons, quote, he was essentially voted off the island.
Look, they just like,
Damn,
you know what?
dude.
Here's the deal. You know who's the next person that's going to get it like this?
Wow.
You know who the next person is going to get it like this? Player Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, I can't wait for the weird Aaron
Because
Rodgers.
when it goes south, because old always goes south fast, right? When it goes south, they're going to be on him like a monkey on a cupcake. They're going to do the same stuff they did to Bill.
Don Shula's got to be somewhere howling in football heaven at this.
Oh, he loves it.
I told you.
Oh, Belichick, he's going to stay all those wins shy of me.
Yeah.
Apparently, he's going to join the Manning cast this year. That's what the word is on Belichick. That's what this.
He is.
Probably best, to be honest.
Here's the deal. He's very similar to Peyton Manning in that you've always seen Peyton as being this stoic professional, but he does have a funny side to him. But he's really smart. So the funny is not, everybody's not going to get the funny. And that's kind of how Peyton Manning was, right? Like, you know, his funny is cut that meat. Like when we saw him do that commercial, we're like, oh, he's got a lighter side to him.
The last time he was like in everyone's favor was when the draft was done from home and he had like his dog at the table or something like that.
Yes.
Everyone's like, oh, look at
Look, he's a person.
He's being a normal human.
He's a
Dude,
person.
I think it'll be
How
fun.
else? Here, think about this. One of his best friends is Bon Jovi. Just think about that.
The sources said Kraft made it clear to Arthur Blank that, quote, you'll never have a warm conversation with Belichick, echoing what Bill Parcells told Kraft in 1996 when he wanted to bust the budget and hire Belichick. Blank like coaches who feel like part of the family, a Falcon source said, and that wasn't going to be that way with Bill.
Here's what I would say. That is very accurate. But I will also say this about Bill. When you're in, you're in. Right? But he's not that bubbly personality that goes and hobnob with all the players and stuff. It's strictly business. Now, I will tell you this. I have never seen a coach before a football game could walk up and down the stretch line and give every single person on the field a little piece of information about what they're going to be dealing with in that game. Everybody, from special teams, the kicker, the quarterback, running back, lineman, defensive lineman. So, look, if you want a comedian, go hang out with Marcos. If you want a football coach, the guy can coach. But nowadays, we want both. We want personality and coach, right? The guys who struggle sometimes at coaching in general are the guys who don't have that personality, that interaction with everybody, right? And that interaction sometimes helps you keep the job for a couple more years.
Well, apparently he nuked this thing for him, dude. So there you go. Bill Belichick, jobless.
Enjoy the Manning cast, bucko.
Oh, man. All right, we'll take a quick break. You guys can get at us on the YouTube and Twitch chat, Miami 560 WQAM. We will take you up until 2. Back after this.
This hour of Tobin and Leroy is sponsored by Kendall Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, home of the $8,000 trade. KendallDodgeChryslerJeepRam.com. And we're underway tonight. The Heat have their play-in game with the 76ers in Philly. One question floating around. Will we see playoff Jimmy? And what did Jimmy have to say?
You just got to go out there and compete, play basketball the right way, and do something very difficult, which is to win.
Welcome back. It's Tobin and Leroy. Take up until 2 here on the program. Jorge Masvidal going to join us on the show today.
Ooh, was he on the card?
UFC 300. He is fighting. He's boxing Nate Diaz, and they'll be at Bayside later today for a showdown.
It's a free event, from what I'm seeing.
I don't think it is free. I think it's on pay-per-view.
Oh, is it?
I don't think it is.
Not
free.
even in person.
Oh, this, yes. If you want to go today, that's free. Yes, if you want to go down to Bayside. I know you said the fight was free.
No.
Yeah, if you want to go down to Bayside, you can go watch the weigh-in today. Bayside, which, by the way, I don't know if you guys, you know me, I've criticized Bayside more than anybody. I think the place sucks, but much nicer than it used to be. They've redone the entire pavilion.
I've heard some
bars are sick. It really looks nice. Like, I think Bayside is going to have a nice bounce back. Bayside used to suck.
Can I still get a picture with the parrot?
Of course, yeah, that guy.
I need that guy.
The guy with the one leg.
Need the one-legged parrot guy.
Yeah, of course. I mean, unless J-Fig's around, then
watch out for that one.
So we'll talk to Masvidal later on in the program and get his thoughts on this fight with Nate Diaz and also a fellow BMF. What do you thought about UFC 300 this past week? And get the dump on
ready. Yeah, I can imagine.
Oh man,
it's unhinged.
Uncomfortable.
Bam Adebayo has been named officially to Team USA. This has just been released by Team USA. This video here, Leroy, of him getting his jersey yesterday at practice from Coach Spo, who of course is the lead assistant with Steve Kerr.
The last thing is we have a piece of news from outside of here, but this is going to be announced on Wednesday. So everybody's announcing, showing it today. But Bam is representing.
Get you some, Caleb.
Wow,
that's cool right there.
It's kind of hard. I like the way it feels. Yeah. I feel like I'm gonna look real swollen. Been shown it 2 times. Do this to the second time. Give me another one. Yeah. Let's see where we go from there.
Pretty cool thing. How many guys have won multiple gold medals? I mean, Carmelo's got the most, right? 3. He's got 3.
Yeah.
But Bam's gonna have a chance to go back this year's in Paris.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah, you didn't see my shirt?
That was a smack.
Oh, that's right. That's right. That's right. I forgot about that. Well, if you guys, for the radio audience, it was cool. They had a Spo there with it, and Kevin Love immediately just smacks Bam right in the tush. Like, gives it, and Bam just gives this look like, hey, man, too hard, too much.
Too much. That's the whole point. It's got to be too much.
Too much.
You got to go hard. If you do too soft, then we got problems.
Right.
Right.
So Bam, congratulations to him. He joins the Team USA roster. I believe the last spot was filled yesterday because it was like 11 out of 12. I guess they needed one final confirmation, and they are giving that to Kawhi Leonard.
Wow. So all the big dogs are playing, huh?
Pretty good roster. You got Steph, KD, LeBron, Tatum, AD, Devin Booker, Drew Holiday, Embiid in his first Olympics. There was a lot of debate about where he was going to play.
What country he was going to play for, right?
Yeah. He could have played for France too, I think. But
France?
It's Rudy Gobert. There's no way he's playing.
Wow, could you imagine him and Rudy Gobert on the same team?
Him, Rudy Gobert, and Wemby.
Wow. Do you get any points on that? It's all good boy shooting.
Anthony Edwards is on the squad and Tyrese Halliburton. So yeah, that's the team.
Did we ever figure out what happened to Williamson?
Which Williamson? Zion. Injury. I don't think they've disclosed it yet.
Well, when they say he needed an MRI, then yeah, it got to be something because he just left the court. He had 41.
I don't know. The headline on ESPN just says status iffy, which is not great.
That's his career, right?
Fair.
He finally got in shape. Dude, for his size, he moves so quick.
Oh, yeah. Scary.
He was going by folks like they were standing still.
That's a bummer.
Yep.
But there's no update on it yet, Leroy. No update. Looking on to tonight's game, let's hear from Erik Spoelstra. And,
can I do him?
Sure.
We look forward to these moments all year. We like the competition, and we'll be ready to go.
Kind of. Yeah, he did say some version. This is not, you know what, to be fair, I did listen to his press conference today. He did say a version of that.
Yes.
Like not in this part of the clip. This is just him on how they got to defend Joel Embiid since he's been coming back. Joel Embiid, Danny Green talked about this a lot. He's just basically shooting the lights out. He's not full go Joel Embiid yet.
But he's making jumpers. He's making jumpers. Like
killing it, dude. Yeah.
Killing it. Threes, the little fade away from the foul line. He don't miss.
But as Spo said, he's not falling for it. You got to be ready for everything with Joel Embiid. Here's Erik Spoelstra.
It pulls your defense in a different way. So you invert it, obviously. And if you're not extending, your defense to the 3-point line with him, he'll make you pay just like he did in the first half. The last time we played him. But he can do it at all facets. So in a one-game sample, he could do it in the post if he needed to. He can do it from out there. He can do it in pick and rolls, pick and pops, all of that. It has to be our best, most swarming version defensively, whatever game he's bringing, to it.
What do you think? You think they get the ball out of his hands and kind of, just attack him anytime he has the ball?
Yeah, I mean, this is going to be one of those games where Bam. Now, I don't think it's going to be as demanding because I don't think they're playing him the full allotted minutes that you normally would on Joel Embiid. Right. But this is going to be one of those games where Bam's going to probably match him on the floor as much, which means those Kevin Love minutes are going to be really important when they're both off the floor, which, look, he's been very productive at and getting the offense humming and Jimmy getting going. But, this is going to be one of I always expect in games like this, like, hey, you're probably going to need to pick up the slack on Bam's point production because he's going to be.
The other thing is that who are you going to put on Maxey because you can't leave Tyler on that island.
Well, one guy who's definitely going to get time on him is Caleb. Here is Caleb on what he's going to try and do against Maxey.
Just got to do more. I mean, he just kind of get in that mode where, he's who he is for a reason, and those guys get paid what they do for a reason, and that's what they do. So. We gotta, find the grit and find the mental stability to continue to stay solid through their runs, and also just find a way to do more and make it more difficult as much as possible. That's all you can do.
Yeah, I would imagine Spo's going to stick with Rozier out. He'll be sticking with the starting lineup of Tyler and Caleb in the backcourt. Basically,
do you try a little size on him?
I mean, Caleb is bigger. I mean, but yes, I think they'll throw Caleb at him. I think they'll throw Haywood at him. I think DeLon Wright will probably get some time on him. DeLon's a good defender. And
my only thing is that I don't know necessarily if the length in front of him matters because he's just so doggone quick. But
and he'll shoot from anywhere. Like they tried that with him, and he was like, putting the so you're going to have to do a little bit of like, look, good guy makes good shots like they did against Dallas. Like, what do you do when Bam's all over Luka and he hits threes in your face? So, but yeah, I think they're going to throw a lot of, I think those three guys, they'll probably be, their main focus on him because and the one thing with a game and a matchup like this is, look, normally you can be pretty versatile with Bam. There'll be possessions where maybe they'll throw Jimmy on Embiid for a time, but this is one of those, just like when you take on the Nuggets, it's one of those where you kind of have to have Bam straight up the whole game.
Can I just say this? Mm-hmm. There's one person I don't want to get off.
Low Dog.
No.
Who?
Niang.
He's on the Cavs.
Oh no, that's where
he used to be on the Sixers.
That guy.
We were talking about him on Monday because we were talking about Strus. You're like, oh, Cleveland loves Strus. I'm like, as much as they love that fatty knee.
Oh my goodness! Like I'm telling you, he looks like, you remember they used to show the video of Stan Van Gundy dribbling the ball and working the ball. That's who he reminds me of.
Man. So we got that. This is Tyler. Tyler, as we were talking,
he's got to be excited. He's got to be the most excited guy going into this game.
I would think so. I would think this is his opportunity, but he he's not, I think, allowing, last year you heard from him. He was like, I want to prove it in the playoffs. I want to prove it in the playoffs. I want to show off in the big games.
He's probably not going to lead with that.
He's just not. I asked him about that after the game, and he was like, I just want to be healthy. I just want to be healthy, and let's see what he can bring from the table on that sample.
Prove what you can do on stage of the games meaning the most.
I'm not trying to really prove anything. Just be out there and have fun and play basketball. I don't really want to prove anything. Just be healthy. That's all I'm trying to do is be healthy.
Any pizza by my luck.
Any pizza. That's what I was thinking.
I'm jealous of the guy who gets
that. You know what? Let me tell you the thing that sucks about sports. And this is in any sport. You can't play it to avoid getting hurt. Right? You just have to play and hope for the best. When you start worrying about getting hurt is when you don't play your best version of what you do. Right? And so I like the attitude that he has,
I think, and especially for him, because he's dealt with, he deals with a lot of noise, and sometimes he'll take it on directly and he'll tweet about it, and sometimes they'll let him get to it. And I feel like this last injury, because he comes back from the one injury, then he deals with another big injury.
Right.
It's probably just like, man, just if I could just be out there,
right,
I think the rest will take care of itself. And
he's done. Listen, when he's on the basketball court, he don't have nothing to prove to nobody. Right? That's a fact.
Ethan says, Tobin uses the same voice someone would use reading their baby a bedtime story.
When you ask questions, you do go very docile.
What do you want me to do? Everybody wants me to be like, hey, Tyler, you're going to be baby goat? That's what you guys want me to do in the locker room.
But we would rather you not whisper.
It's awkward. I mean, it's like,
no, here's what you do. Listen how you're talking now, and then you ask Tyler a question. Tyler, you think, with your injuries, you come back?
Like, Tyler, tell the Sixers they're going to eat it. Heat in 5. Do it. That's what everybody wants me to do.
No, it's not even the question. It's your tone.
You want me to be there with
Why are you whispering like we're at a movie?
No, that's just how everybody talks. Nobody's except Ira. You know Ira. Ira's boisterous. He's got his 2 feet on the ground, letting you know.
Lead off with no cap.
Dade South says it's not what you say, it's how you say it.
Yes.
No cap.
No cap.
They use it in the right time.
Look, that's the what's wrong with that?
It's different. It's our interview. We're doing it. It's our show.
Why all of a sudden you go you like sexy talk and you setting up a commercial for some type of ED commercial or something?
Oh man. We'll take a quick break. Back with more after this.
Say that again.
So where are we on this beef? Anything new over the last 24
we
hours?
We do have a new player in the game.
Who?
Channing Crowder.
Dude, I saw that going viral yesterday again.
Going viral, dude.
This thing is going crazy with Drake trying to mac on Mrs. Crowder.
Crowder's wife. Yeah,
Why is that going viral again?
I'm not necessarily sure.
This happened at the concert he was just at like 3 weeks ago. Yeah,
at Amarin Bank. Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure why it's choosing to create a new life as of now, but Complex picked it up. Complex is a big player in the hip hop industry.
Boy.
Hot New Hip Hop picked it up. All the blog. It's only a matter of time before it's on TMZ, if it's not already.
Man, Crowder's gonna have to fight Drake, huh?
No, what's crazy is I'm Crowder's comedy partner. I'm also his ghostwriter.
Are you really his comedy partner? Like,
I mean, I do a decent amount of it. Okay, whatever. Okay. I'm also his ghostwriter. So that means I got to get these bars ready for Aubrey.
Man,
I'll be damned if I get rapped by Aubrey Graham. Okay, I'm still working on it. Still working on it.
All right.
Yeah.
Man.
Getting crazy.
This is getting crazy. These are crazy times, Leroy. Crazy times in the rap game.
Yo. I don't know what
I mean, he can't be flying around like a Peter Pan hitting on all these people. Though.
He is a floozy.
Whew. Marlins are about to get going on this afternoon.
Is it a travel day? I can't hear Bally's. I can't tell if the game is real or not. Stop showing games right before the new game.
This game is a real game, Leroy. So 12-10 first pitch.
And then guess what them sneaky bastards do? Right?
Wow.
They put replay in fluorescent, like you can't even hardly see it in the corner. Hell, I watched 3 innings before I said, damn, I saw this yesterday.
They will be in Chicago tomorrow, taking on the Cubbies. So, by the way, if this is going to be the only night game tomorrow, the Marlins series, Marlins are in the afternoon for the next, 4 out of 5 games. So just early Marlins action.
Beware of the shadows.
Yeah, Jazz is not going to like that.
Also, let's keep an eye out for Dan Day and Vlad, which may be one of only 19 people at the ballpark today.
They should just host their own show. They should host Sports Day from there.
From the stands. Won't get any audio interruption.
Let's mix it up, huh, dude?
Let's do it.
The mixed bag is brought to you by Broward Health. Well into your future. What do you have today, Ghostwriter?
All right. Speaking of Ghost, let's go ahead and hear audio of all of Klay Thompson's made shots yesterday.
All right. I don't like what you're doing.
There you go.
I don't like what you're doing. I don't like what you're doing.
A swish and a 3. But have no fear, guys, because speaking of overrated, Steve Kerr says we'll worry about the future of Golden State later.
We've been really blessed here with amazing players and, multiple championships and finals appearances and the highest of highs. And this is the flip side. This is life. This is how it works. You don't get to stay on top forever. So what happens this summer and going into next year, we'll worry about that later.
I agree. Like, look, first of all, they've already gotten their championship after Kevin Durant. Like, I was already supremely jealous that they got to get their 4th. The Heat are banging their heads against. Tell Erik Spoelstra when he's asked about, leading his team. Because we haven't let him anywhere in 10 years. Like, he's a maniac. He wants to get all the way to the top. They've gotten back to the top. Yeah, okay, sorry. You got bounced from the play-in. Boo-hoo. It's been an amazing – you get a more amazing run than what the Warriors have had over the last 10 years.
Right.
With what they've been able to do. Klay Thompson, go make $1 gazillion in Orlando and go cry to your mama.
Yeah, that's the best part.
Woo! Sad Klay Thompson.
What is wrong with you? I mean, can I just say this?
He's going to be crying.
He don't talk trash.
I don't think he is going to be crying.
The guy hasn't done nothing but make.
Oh, yes, he does. He's like, I'm not in the top 75. That's outrageous. Get out of here, dude. He's gonna have the little Mickey ears and tears. Little Mickey ears and tears. It's great.
The second time that didn't give it more.
Actually, yeah, it is. That is a good addition for Orlando, though.
All they need is a shooter.
That's really crazy. He's got everything else. They're already the 5th seed, aren't they?
Yeah.
secretly, kind of good. Whatever.
But I mean, paying him $50 million a year, kind of crazy.
There you go. And then you realize you're the Magic.
Might as well do when you don't got to pay anybody, though. Who else are they paying? Well, maybe Franz Wagner. Does he get an extension yet?
I mean, yeah, at this point.
This is only like his second or third year, right? Oh no, he played with Dunks.
No, Mo played with Dunks.
Mo
I think
with Dunks.
Franz was after them.
Okay.
All right. What else you got? Marcos in the mixed bag besides dancing on Klay Thompson's Golden State Warriors grave.
Oh, I guess we got nothing else then. No, I'm actually going on an apology tour.
Huh.
Yeah. But I'm not the one apologizing. I'm demanding apologies from everyone. Because so far, everything that I said has come to fruition or is on the way to come to fruition. And it just proves that I was right the whole time. All right. So I was right about Klay Thompson. Everyone knows that. Another thing I've been right. I don't hate Tua, regardless of what you people accuse me of. I don't necessarily hate Tua.
Disagree with the way you've been treating him.
Well, old Noodle Arm needs to pick it up. And one thing that he has done is decided, maybe I do need to get a little bit more mobile. Maybe I do need to potentially jump a few lbs. Would it kill you?
Tua was fat last year.
Well, I mean, Ryan Clark did, and then Tua got.
It
all
wasn't very
sensitive.
nice. He didn't like that though. He said he was good. He said, "Wish you would keep your name out my name out your mouth."
Yeah, well, I wish he went longer than just for the white belt in judo.
I actually agree with that.
What is that, dude? Talk about what? Did he get a Groupon and it ran out?
You're always learning.
Nonetheless, Chris Grier says this whole idea to slim down, he didn't even have to tell Tua that.
No, I think this to his credit, like he's trying to do everything he can to do what he can to be great, and that's been from day one when Mike and him connected here and working through this first season, and then making the changes off season, working through last year, staying healthy, leading the league in passing, and now this is his next evolution. As Mike has told you guys, we feel like there is a whole nother step that he can take, and so we're excited about his future.
That's right. There's a whole nother step you can take, and then another one, and then another one, and then another one as he runs for the first time in his career. And I appreciate that he's slimmer now to do it.
But here's the thing, like for the Dolphin fans, and I like Dolphins Twitter and all that. I have a fun time on there. But you guys keep showing me these same 3 games from his rookie season. He's never been a runner. Like even when he was at Alabama, like this is not a guy who is he likes to throw the football. I don't understand why everybody thinks he's going to turn into Josh Allen.
That's what they go to. That's what they go to. But you want Tua to be more like Josh Allen, right, Marcos?
No, I want him to be more like Mahomes. Selective with his scrambling when it matters the most.
You're selective with your scrambling.
Right. Like okay, but you know what? I wanted to be Robert Smith. I wanted to be able to run a 4.3. Them cards wasn't on the table for me.
Fast.
So I had to play the way I played. Like, and there's nothing wrong with that. Why can't he be the best version of who he is instead of trying to be like somebody else? Josh Allen ain't gonna never be Lamar Jackson. He ain't that fast.
What else you got in the apparently now Marcos was right mixed bag?
Correct. The first one, Klay. Second one that even Tua agrees he needs to be a little bit more mobile. This is one more from Chris.
I don't like that.
Say that. He said he needs to be thinner.
Yeah. What are you getting thinner for?
Okay, the first time he scrambles and get knocked out, what are you going to say then?
I'm going to cry.
Right, like, wait a minute. Everybody wanted him to make it through 17 games, and he made through 17 games. Now you're saying you need to scramble more. So you want him, let me get this straight, Marco.
Eichenberg does his job.
You want your quarterback to put himself in harm's way more.
Yeah, I do.
We're all dying just for you. You're dying for a Tua 8-yard run.
Oh, that's all I need sometimes, though. That's really all I need to. Remember when he ran over that one guy?
Yes.
Oh, that was fun.
And everybody went like this.
Yeah, I was very.
Although he kind of cheated, he faked out on the
fake slide. Yeah, I gotta do what you gotta do sometimes. But look, one of the things I was clamoring for was a little bit mobility from my QB1. The other thing I was clamoring for was a little bit of patience in regards to giving this guy all this money. I'm not saying he's a bad quarterback, but Leroy's trying to give this guy $50 million just for showing up.
Because if he has another year like you had this year, it's gonna cost you $6. But that's what. If you don't think he can play past this year, you're not paying him at all.
If.
Okay. Do you know that's how guys get paid, right?
Indeed. But Chris Grier
let me ask you a question. You want another Christian Wilkins situation?
I don't.
That's why you pay guys early.
Hey, on the other side of it, what if, Marcos,
you
didn't pay him?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Mm-hmm. And then he wins the Super Bowl.
Oh,
and then you have to pay him $70 million a year.
You think you'll command 70?
What about that?
I can't afford 70. I'm willing if
so,
he wins the Super Bowl.
So the whole point of paying him early is because you figure it's going to cost you more in the future.
Or
now, if wait. So you're saying
70,
no matter what happens,
cap keeps going up.
That Tua's not going to be able to make more than he's making right now.
No, if he has a successful season, obviously you gamble and you lose in that sense if you're the Dolphins.
Okay.
But if he wins a Super Bowl.
Apparently Tua should have just been 6'4" and go under 500 3 years, and then he's allowed to make $50 million a year. Apparently Tua is supposed to have like the biggest blown playoff lead of all time to the Jacksonville Jaguars, get 2 coaches fired. But as long as he's 6'4" and has a hoose, then he's allowed to get $55 million a year.
Yeah. So question, Marcos, would you rather have Herbert right now?
Herbert's a bum. Nobody wants that guy.
How about Trevor Lawrence?
I don't know. Harbaugh seems pretty happy.
Yeah, Harbaugh does.
How about Trevor Lawrence?
I don't know. Trevor Lawrence is pretty good. Had a good season last year.
Trevor Lawrence hasn't been as good as Herbert.
Yeah,
although he did beat him in that game.
Yeah. Yes, true. But we can. Hey,
we
can all agree on this. We blame the coach.
By the way, he also had his division taken by a rookie in 1 year.
Oh,
Trevor Lawrence.
Right, but that's my point. So those Herbert got what, $50 million a year.
I think he got more than that. Didn't he get 55?
More than that. Right. So
good playoff game.
Your quarterback has had.
It was a good first half. They were up 27-0, and they blew it.
Yeah, no picks.
So your quarterback has had more success than him.
Yeah.
More wins than him. More passing yards. Now I don't know about passing yards because he didn't play as much the first 2 years.
Because old Dink and Dump for 2 years was just handing the ball off.
Wait. And more wins.
Yeah.
Right? Yes. And you were saying to me, right?
5 wins for the Chargers last year.
That you're saying to me, that your quarterback is still not worth the 55 or 50 plus million that was just paid.
He doesn't even want to pay him Daniel Jones money. You're just being a cheap bastard about this.
How much did Daniel Jones make? It was a lot.
40
million a year.
Oh, okay. I'll give Tua anywhere between 43 to 45 million right now. And that's a steal. For me, that's a steal because you're trying to give him 70.
Are you gonna give him 160 guaranteed?
I'll give him 120 guaranteed.
What?
120.
What else you got in the mix bag? Give us one more.
Chris Grier.
Here's Chris Grier. Actually, the actual guy we want to hear about this, not you.
The one in charge says Tua contract talks are on hold.
Yeah, I think it's something when it happens. We've had communications with him, and like we've always, I'll just leave those between the organization and his representation, and it's been good. So we'll just keep working towards it. He's him and his agent are very understanding that this is now the draft, so he's letting us focus on that, and then we'll turn our attention to that after the draft finishes.
Wow. What does that mean?
Nothing. Because
I don't believe. I just want to be clear about him. I don't believe anything he says.
Oh, you don't? You don't believe Dealer Chris?
Do you want to know why?
Why is that?
Because Christian Wilkins is in Las Vegas, and I don't believe anything he says anymore.
And the door's still open for Xavier Howard.
He was saying this stuff on Javon Holland yesterday. I was like, sounds like he's a goner.
Xavier Howard at the Improv yesterday.
Oh, was he?
Yet again.
You know, he mentioned in this press conference yesterday that long conversation he had with Xavier Howard, which Xavier Howard said never existed. Who do I believe?
You know what? I don't think X-Man is one for lying.
All right. Take a break. Your Florida Panthers, they are set up for the postseason now. They have won the division. We'll get to a little cat talk coming up next. Welcome back, you rascals. Tobin and Leroy with you here, 560 WQAM. Let's get to our cat talk here, brought to us by our friends over at Celsius. Hockey fans, don't sit this one out when it's game time. Make Celsius a part of your play and get that energy up. Leroy's got that galaxy vibe. I got a little strawberry lemonade. I don't know why it sounded like an auctioneer there.
Yeah.
Let me get some strawberry lemonade. Yeah, you're gonna go 4, unless you're Tyreek Hill Foundation.
Oh my goodness.
I love you, Dad.
Okay.
That was the crazy thing. It wasn't even that he was a bad auctioneer, but the speech to his father about being an auctioneer.
Was his father there?
Because I got to tell you, I'm never going to crush my kid's dreams, right? My son, like for example, my son, he wants to make video games for a living. That's what he's like.
All right.
He loves video games. He's like, I want to make video games. I said, dude, be a coder, figure it out. Go ahead. You know, daughter, she wants to go something music. Hey, sky's the limit. Whatever you want right now. I'm not going to crush your dreams.
Yeah.
If my son did come to tell me, though, that he wanted to be an auctioneer, I'd be like, side gig.
Oh, yeah. I just love to sell.
I don't know. Hey, respectfully, the greatest auctioneer of all time, you probably need something else to pay the mortgage, yeah?
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, what is a yearly salary of an auctioneer?
Like the best. How many auctions are there?
How many auctions are there?
Well, because the real fancy ones, they don't even talk fast.
Aren't they? Yeah, but like aren't like a real auctioneer like whether you're selling
Like with the cars.
Yeah.
and stuff.
Probably
look.
cars or like equestrian auctioneers.
I'll tell you what, this is better than what I thought here. The average auctioneer salary in Florida as of March 26, 2024, $56,000.
I mean, all right. Well, listen, you're not living down here with that anymore.
No. That is definitely a two.
You're gonna have to sell some feet pics to
Oh,
coincide with that.
I'll say.
Unless you get a real steal like on a drug house that he rigged an auction for.
The top auctioneers, it's just not good. The top auctioneers in California, $59,000.
Man. Anyway, hockey fans, don't sit this one out. When it's game time, make Celsius a party play and get that energy up. Game day is fueled by Celsius Essential Energy Drinks, the official energy drink of
your Florida Panthers.
Cats. They win yesterday. They beat the Toronto Maple
gotta
Leafs.
tell you, I watched that first period. I was like, wow. Not very.
Yeah. Took a little bit to get in gear, but thankfully.
And then they scored like twice in like 12 seconds.
Yeah, because we have Sam Reinhart. Okay. And when you have Rhino and you mess with Rhino, you get the horn.
Now in on net, a chance and a save made. Will the rebound? They score. Barkov was stopped, but Reinhart cashes in, and the Panthers have taken the lead. It's 3-2. Sam Reinhart tacks on another. That's 56 on the season.
Woo! Man, what a year from him, dude.
Yes.
He's
what
wood.
a year. I was a lot of fighting.
Yeah, Toronto's jealous of us.
That's what that's from. Because I got to tell you,
their fan base hates us. They genuinely hate us.
like we hate Tampa.
No, they hate us because like they feel like they have been birthed into hockey fandom, and we're just some renegade organization in the swamp, and we're not deserving of the success that we've had. And so that's why those jackals last year were chanting, "We want Florida," and you got your ass kicked. That's what happened. And so yesterday,
let's not forget all the Canadians that
yeah, I understand. And so they're probably thinking to themselves, "Oh, we're the only ones who go to these games." Not anymore, dude. Not anymore. Sorry. Brandon Montour, he would make it 4-2 for the Cats.
Barkov keeps it alive. Far circle in front. Tarasenko. A shot save. Will the rebound. Tarasenko to the corner trying to settle it. Gives to Barkov out to the right point. Montour locked and loaded. Low drive. He scores. A slapper from the line. It goes top shelf. And the Panthers take a 4-2 lead.
they were still announcing everything from the last goal. Right? So while he was, they play the music and then start off again and he starts giving assist by and that goal scored and then they score again.
I like how much in hockey, how much is like when you're the home team and you score, it's like a party for like a good 5 minutes because you not only have the goal, you celebrate the goal, then you got to wait the goal announcements once they figure out all the statistics. But when it's a road goal, barely acknowledged.
Oh, I know.
But like
even the announcer goes, and he scores. You could be a good announcer.
Thank you.
Because you would bring that same energy for the opposite team, which is zero.
Be like, well, I love it. It might be Mike Biamonte when he's just like, Luol Deng. Tyrese Maxey. Like that's the most I'm angry. Like if a guy goes on like a 9-0 run by himself, he'll just go
right. He gotta give him a little bit.
Tyrese Maxey 3-pointer. That's the most Mike will give the road team. He's the best. I love him.
That's what I don't want to see.
Even if he's calling me a show pony, which I don't appreciate. That's not. I wish he would kind of bring that down a little bit.
I think the key to winning this game is shutting down Maxey. Embiid is going to get his. He's just that good.
Unless he can't walk by the end of it.
That's true. That's true.
My favorite one, though.
Tobin's a fraud.
Let's hear from Matthew Tkachuk. By the way, Reinhart added on. He finishes the regular season with 57 goals on the year. Here was Matthew Tkachuk afterwards on the Panthers regular season. Here's Tkachuk Cheese.
Yeah, it's been a crazy year. I feel like, throughout the whole year, us and Boston were kind of in that driver's seat with leading the division, and it's kind of gone back and forth the last few months. And, for us to pull it out today after being down and having to come back and win. And I mean, they played 30 minutes before us, so we were able to scoreboard watch a little bit, so we knew that going out for the third, I think we just needed to win, and we clinched it. So I thought we played really well after the first period tonight, and it means a lot to us to get home ice because it shows that we had a solid season, and I'm glad that there's something to show for it.
What happened in that second period? I think you guys led them 29-3 in shots or something like that.
Oh, I didn't even know that. Just felt like we were all supporting each other, breaking out very well, attacking their net, being more physical. They came out in the first pretty good, and it took us a little bit to get ourselves going, but I think we saw it in the second and third. It's we can be a good hockey team when we're playing like that.
You guys have a couple days off before game one, but you feeling pretty good? I mean, you guys 4 straight wins, points in the 6.
Yeah, no, we are, and very excited for this opportunity to be back in playoffs after the way last year went, and I just think it's super fitting for us to be playing Tampa in this first round. What an unbelievable run they've been on since Christmas or All-Star break, and they're playing very well. We're playing well, so I think it's going to make for a great series, and I don't know. I'm just excited to be in this series and have an opportunity to play in playoffs again. It's amazing.
There you go, Tkachuk. A little nervous. I don't like that team.
Tampa.
Vasilevsky. Oh, man. We're going to the Heat. The Heat play tonight, 7 o'clock, 5:45 is preheat. Meanwhile, did you guys see what happened yesterday in the Mets game?
No, I did not. What happened?
So, big boxing match this weekend. We have Ryan Garcia fighting Devin Haney. And the thing that's crazy about this seems very much like a mismatch on paper. All right. Devin Haney he's as pure a boxer as it gets right now. He is taking on very tough competition. I would say the only critique of him is people say he's got pillow hands. He's never going to knock you out, but he's building up a hell of a resume. And so he's fighting Ryan Garcia, and Ryan Garcia in the lead up to this fight. And I don't mean this insulting. He's acted like a loon. I mean, just
for sure.
Crazy.
I really think something's wrong.
I don't know. I don't know if this is just a boxer acting this way because something's wrong. I don't know if he's doing this for self-promotion and he's a troll because he's really like the first boxing superstar of this day and age. Like Floyd was built off HBO 24/7. Ryan Garcia is built off Instagram. Like it's a fascinating thing. He's, people got attacked because first of all, handsome fella. Second of all, had this cool thing with the Cobra bag. Everybody likes seeing him. Floyd was like, it used to be the mitts. You'd hit the mitts, wasn't even looking. Him and his uncle Roger Mayweather, like it dazzled you. And with Ryan, it's like, I don't know if he's a good fighter, but man, what he does in that Cobra bag, cool.
Impressive hand speed for sure.
Very impressive hand speed. But everybody says, he's kind of he's got that hook. That's all he's got. He's a one-trick pony. And Gervonta Davis kind of exposed him. I mean, he kicked his ass. So most people think this is going to happen in this Devin Haney fight, but in the Gervonta Davis lead up, it was much more normal. This one's been weird. And so yesterday they meet on the Empire State Building. And, Devin Haney punches him in the face. He was very disrespectful about his mother.
Oh.
And Ryan Garcia gets a big old smack in the face.
Wow.
And they were supposed to throw out first pitches yesterday.
What?
At Citi Field. And the Mets canceled it.
Yeah,
while they were there. They're like, we're going to pass.
We're going to
And so Ryan Garcia is now on a revenge path. And he is just continually tweeting out in Chinese, but if you translate it, it means bleep the Mets. So he's furious with the Mets.
He says he will expose the Mets so bad.
Which I don't even know what that means. I mean, I feel like the Mets have done a good job.
They did what they're supposed to do, is not terrify all the people there to watch a game when you guys go out there with a weapon.
Wow. Want to know shenanigans over there, huh?
I guess not.
Well, let's see what the Mets record is. They could have used those shenanigans. Oh, they're not bad. 9-8. Damn, didn't they start like 0-4 with us?
Yeah, they did.
Oh,
They
man.
did. But we're on our way, dude. We're on our way.
Here we go.
We're on our way. Our run is about to start.
Hey.
Rise is getting it going.
Yeah.
Question.
Huh?
How shocked would you be if they got back to 500 during the course of the season? Never mind. You don't even have to answer. I know you're trying to say the politically correct thing.
I'd be pretty surprised.
Okay.
I'd be pretty surprised.
I wouldn't. It's early.
I would be pretty surprised. You know what?
Now, if we get to the end of May,
yeah,
and there's still 10 or 11 games under 500, then I'll be more inclined to. But if they go on a run 7 for 10, 7 out of 10, 7 out of 10, like then I'll say, okay, just a bad start.
I would have been more confident if I would have had my best pitcher still on the team and not playing for the Jumbo Shrimp.
Listen, am I the only one that thinks if he can play baseball, I want him playing baseball in the bigs?
I agree.
You can't half-ass pitching.
I don't understand it. I don't understand it. Oh, man. Take a break. Back with more after this. bum, bum. 15 minutes of heat here for you, my 60 WQAM. Oh, hello, Jennifer.
Oh, hello, Jennifer.
Hey, guys.
Are you wearing your playoff Jimmy shirt?
No, it's playoff Panthers.
Playoff Panthers.
Boston can't even hold us down in the standings. It was right there for them.
They had their chance.
Dumbass team.
Look at them now.
I got some breaking news from the NBA.
Oh, no.
Zion.
No, is it Zion?
No, it's not Zion.
Okay.
It's not Zion. Remember that story we were talking about last week? Jontay Porter?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Bam! Oh! Damn.
Yep.
You got the Pete Rose?
Banned his ass.
Got the Pete Rose.
NBA announced that Jontay Porter, a two-way player recently under contract with the Toronto Raptors, has been banned from the NBA. A league investigation found that Porter violated league rules by disclosing confidential information to sports bettors, limiting his own participation in one or more games for betting purposes and betting on NBA games.
Damn, dude.
Kind of obvious, though, when you looked at the evidence. I mean, it
Yeah,
seemed like it was
100%
all there for them.
Oh, an eye poke got you out this day? Oh, interesting.
You don't even have eyes, Jontay.
No one even touched you. You were on the bench.
Oh.
That is unfortunate. I think probably would have hit a little bit harder had it been like a player that's recognizable.
Here's the deal, though.
Still sucks.
Here's what you have to understand about that sport. A player who's recognizable is making way too much money for that to even be an issue.
Well, the thing that everybody this is really what screwed him, and this is what happened in the UFC too with some of these like really low undercard bets. The action gets too crazy.
Yeah, come on.
And
dude.
so the prop bet on Jontay Porter
Yeah.
was $80,000.
Wow.
And they're like, hold, please.
Wow.
Hold. Because if you're Jontay Porter's mother, you're probably betting $80.
Oh,
Let's
if
just
that.
say you're
Right.
a Jontay Porter fan.
Yeah.
And you're probably betting overs. And so for
Yeah.
$80,000 to come in on Jontay Porter unders, red flag, dude.
It can't be a crazy bet either. So if it was 80,000 to go over, you still got to go out there and perform. But under, right? That's true. A recognizable player ain't getting banned for life. But what's happening in sports now, and the reason why gambling is so much more acceptable, is you have to realize that a majority of these guys make so much money that you can't, give them enough money to have them do something like this.
The other thing that's interesting, though, is that with all the leagues in bed, you're not going to get away with anything because they're going to share all the information with the league. And they're going to be like, excuse me, Adam, just so you know, a lot of action coming in on a Raptors G Leaguer. He's like, what?
Here's the other thing, because guess what? They don't want to lose all that money either.
No.
So they're definitely going to bring that attention to the NBA. Hey, you might want to look and see what's going on here.
It says the league's investigation found that from prior to the Raptors' March 20th game, Porter disclosed confidential information to his own health status to an individual he knew to be an NBA bettor. Another individual with whom Porter associated with knew to be an NBA bettor subsequently placed an $80,000 parlay proposition bet with his own online sports book to win $1.1 million. Hey, dude, you got a little greedy.
Whoa.
Jeez. See, that's one of those reporters like, hey,
Damn,
man, just
dude.
play it cool, baby. Just play
Yeah,
it cool.
for sure.
Just,
For sure.
what are you doing this for? Like
1.1 million?
He goes, and also, if he was like the other reports that were coming out of this guy had a lot of VIP accounts that he wasn't necessarily betting basketball on, though he did bet on basketball.
Yeah.
But let's just say he got in a little hot water. He goes, listen. He goes, all right, Jontay, you don't want to take the extra action. You don't want to help us out here. You're gonna have to take a dive for us, all right?
Oh,
come on, Johnny Thumbs. I'm good for it.
Johnny Thumbs.
Sleeping with the fishes.
You're gonna take a dive and you're gonna take it good, and I'm gonna win my $1 million back.
Swimming with the fishes.
No, people sleep with the fishes.
I think you sleep with fishes.
If you swim with the fishes, this is just J Fig's idea of vacation. If you sleep with the fishes, ain't no waking up.
True.
By the way, Marlins down 1-0.
The game just started.
Well, Trevor Rogers is on the hill.
Woo!
Man,
Pretty good.
That's
I wonder if
Get your
people,
burgers
like,
while you can.
I wonder if people thought what we think when we interview these guys before season starts, like when they interviewed me, right? And I was all positive and whatever going into the season. I wonder if when they got done, they went on the air like we do and go, "This guy's gonna suck."
I don't know.
I just get so convinced every time we talk to them after spring training. I'm like, "Oh, we're actually gonna have a good year." And last year made the playoffs. That was cool, I guess.
Meanwhile, the Heat getting ready for tonight play-in game.
5.5 hours, 6.5 hours.
If the Heat win, they will start the playoffs against the Knicks on Saturday at 6.
So
if they lose Friday, of course, they'll be Friday at home for the winner of Bulls Hawks.
Boo.
And then should they win that game, then the playoffs start Sunday at 1 against the Celtics in Boston.
question.
If they lose Friday, that means the season's over.
So this is all hands on deck because you would rather face New York than Boston, right?
Oh, yeah, I would.
Okay.
I'll admit that.
Okay.
I'll admit
All
that.
right.
Especially
Good.
with Terry, especially not knowing Terry Rozier's health, for sure.
Listen, I'm glad you didn't go.
We're still gonna beat them, but
No. I'm glad you didn't go. You know how you do.
Well, no, we're still gonna beat the Celtics. I don't care when it is.
Okay.
But I'd rather it drag.
Okay. Thank you. That's all I wanted to like real talk. You go into your,
If we got to end it early, we got to end it early against them, But wouldn't it be better if the Celtics in the Eastern Conference Finals again, you just rip their heart out?
Wait, if they lose, when you have to dress up like a baby?
Only if they miss the playoffs.
Yeah, I was thinking.
That's not gonna happen.
I don't want that.
It's not gonna happen.
I don't.
As much as I want to see you dressed as a baby, I don't want to see that.
Not even worth teasing because it's not gonna happen.
That's fair.
Okay.
Let's be real about it. They're not missing the playoffs.
All right.
Silly.
It's not
silly
a
to
thing.
even discuss.
No, you announced we were interviewing Masvidal, and now I'm all.
Don't be nervous.
No,
Don't be nervous.
This guy, listen. Every time we interview somebody in the fight game, I feel like it's a shootout at the OK Corral.
Nah, buddy, we good.
This is Marcos.
It did get a little sketchy last time, if I'm not mistaken.
Wait, Danny Green. He does it every show.
The same one.
Danny
too.
Green is very comfortable with us.
Very comfortable.
Yeah, he's friend of the show now, Danny Green. I never thought this is a friend I never thought we would have.
Yeah,
he was. By the way,
Patty Mills, Danny.
By
Green.
the way,
what the hell's going on?
Way off.
Oh yeah, 0 for 2.
It wasn't even. The Kings beat the brakes off of.
Yeah. How could Danny Green assume that Klay Thompson was going to go 0 for 10?
Oh, you should have asked me. I could have told.
No,
him.
but it wasn't even that. They didn't dude. I got so sick of a Sacramento King big just backing down a little warrior to underneath the rim. Right? That's what the whole game was.
Loved it. So good.
One thing we're gonna love seeing what the young guys can do for the Miami Heat.
Ooh,
Jaime Jaquez.
Jaime.
Here's Erik Spoelstra on where Jaime's been looking a lot better lately. Some may wonder, has he broken through the rookie wall? Here's Spo.
We'll find out. The playoffs always let you know, but he's been very poised, this season. And I think this last stretch has shown you that he has a capacity to grow and to learn. Early on, I don't think he was on anybody's scouting report. And then that changed. They had to deal with some injuries, some missed time. But since he's been back and got into a rhythm, he's an improved player. The stats may be different because we have all of our guys right now. He's not getting all the usage that he was getting in December. but he's an improved player. And that's, you need what he's improved at in terms of the decision making, the passing, his defense, those things you need in the postseason.
He's been flying all around too. Like
Yes.
it just looks like he's got his legs all back with him again.
I think the thing
getting back to that patented footwork, Leroy.
Yeah, I think the thing that they have to really love, and especially Spo, because Spo hates the ball being walked down the court. And between Jovic and Jaime, they get the ball and they go. And I think that, and now you got Tyler who's got some energy. So I think that's going to be the problem is this. If you go down with all that energy and miss a shot and the other team come back with that same energy, games can get away from you. So, but I think Spo really likes the fact that they play fast. They play with a lot of energy on both ends of the floor. And like Jovic has really like picked up his game defensively.
Here was Jaime Jaquez on being where he's at.
Yeah, definitely. I even think even a little before that, I feel like I caught like a second wind throughout the season is the way I would describe it. And the body's feeling good, energy levels are high. Really excited to get into this postseason.
Jimmy J, who of course is our resident Celtics fan, which by the way, people think I wouldn't want him here. It's not true. I like a good hate listen myself. So I appreciate Jimmy. He says, first of all, that I sense fear with Tobin. That's ridiculous. Nobody fears.
There's a lot of things you can fear. That he ain't called the Wild Heat Coyote for nothing.
Trust me, dude. If it gets to that, which is a big if, I may, I'm like everything. I like to use the Celtics as dessert, but if they got to be my appetizer, your boy Tobin can crush an hors d'oeuvre. Okay, don't worry about it. But him saying Lowry, Strus, and Vincent kind of vital to last year. There's parts of that are true, but I don't think that it's stuff that they haven't been able to replace with great stuff. Strus kind of stumped.
Well, but here's the deal. I was wondering if you were gonna snap back a little bit at Danny Green, because Danny Green kind of said the same thing, and you didn't even respond.
Well, I mean, look. First of all, I want to be polite to Danny. He's new to our show.
No, it's like, but that's part of like the interview, the back and forth. It's like, whoa. You don't think, these guys are as good as what they've been?
I mean, Lowry was vital to it. I mean, I think the series Lowry was best in was the Knicks series for sure.
Right. But Lowry hasn't been that guy all year, so I wasn't even counting Lowry.
But I mean, like, no, I don't. I think that if you told me that the Heat, now part of this is I do stress a little bit with Duncan Robinson's health, because Duncan Robinson has been amazing all year.
Right. So that's the other thing. Like,
Duncan Robinson is Duncan Robinson, and you're telling me Duncan Robinson, Max Strus, wash. Like, it's not. I'm not concerned with it.
I mean, Duncan Robinson's a better shooter.
He's a better shooter. Yeah, he is a better shooter. He is a better shooter.
And I think that's the part.
Strus was literally in tears by the end of the playoffs because he was sucking so bad. Like, I don't think people remember that. He was like on the verge of tears with how bad he was.
The problem that I think a lot of people, when they look at this team and they say stuff like that, is this, right? Strus may not be here anymore, but what Duncan has been this year, which he wasn't last year, is better than what Strus was last year.
Duncan Robinson, though, did walk right onto the Boston floor and cup his ear like Hulk Hogan to the O'Keefes and O'Malley's booing him. Because that's the Dunkyard Dog right there.
Right. Now, I will say this. I would say that we have guys that have been menaces on defense, like what's the name last year? Like
you're talking about, like, for this year, like,
right,
they're gonna have Haywood Highsmith with all that stuff.
Haywood Highsmith. Right.
Yeah, I think Haywood's gonna be a big part of it. And
right.
listen,
And so from that standpoint, there are some comparable pieces, right? I would just say that the guys this year that we use in those roles didn't get as much run as Strus and Gabe Vincent did last year.
Tell you what, though, one guy I'm excited to see, old number 5, the Serbian Terminator, the Undertaker.
The Undertaker.
Unity. That's the biggest thing I say. This is an opportunity. He's taking full advantage of it. He's being aggressive. He's figuring out, how to space the floor, how to cut. Really reading the game. I feel like it's one of those things where you get enough minutes, the game starts to slow down for you, and I feel like it's slowed down for him a lot.
Oh, Bam's ready to have his front court mate. He goes, I
Hey.
finally have.
It probably was a little bit easier for him to pick up on it because he'd been a pro for 5 years.
I'm so proud of you, Nico. You went from G League to starter. Bam loves playing next to you. And you even got Jaime to get through rookie wall. Goosies. Can't wait for tonight. 5:45 preheat. Get you ready for all the action. We'll take a break. Get to our favorite Wednesday game. Scooby off a ship is next.
Not off a ship. Game 6.
Rats off a ship.
All right, welcome back, you rascals. Tobin and Leroy here with you. 560 WQAM. Take you up until 2 here on the program. Heat basketball back tonight. Congrats to the Panthers winning their division. Congrats to everybody who's getting a Whopper Jr. today, courtesy of the Marlins. Maybe you'll get another if they can come back in this series finale. Woo! Last chance for a bit because they're going on the road. So we gotta get our swimmies on because it is time to board the boat and see if we'll stay there. J-Fig will give us some topics.
Boat? That's what you gave me after the pause?
Yeah, that's all you could come up with.
I was confused for a second.
Silly sauce ship.
The silly sauce ship.
Vessel.
Oh, vessel.
When do you
I like these words.
Detroit. That would be next Wednesday. Wednesday.
All right.
Yeah. Gonna miss me? Any questions I should ask while I'm up there?
Detroit basketball.
That, not gonna lie to you.
Yeah. Just ask Man Campbell, what he's doing around those parts these days.
What did you have for breakfast, sir? Kneecaps and 33 cups of coffee.
J-Fig, what do we got today for Rats Off a Ship?
Well, you mentioned him earlier, Patrick Mahomes and his dad bod. Apparently, he says, I have a great body for a quarterback. You've got to have some padding in there to take the hits we all take.
Well, if that's the case, he's doing a hell of a job.
I'm rats off a ship just because, God, this guy has everything going for him. It's enough of him already, we get it.
It ain't like he's bringing it up.
I mean, I know, but just all right, great. He's allowed to be fat and great, and everybody else has to be in great shape and mediocre. It's like poor Tua's got to be
fat shame him.
Tua's got to be out here carb counting.
I can't fat shame Patrick Mahomes.
Tua's got to be out here carb counting because Mahomes, he could have whatever body.
Marcos.
Crazy. But I'm rats off a ship on Patrick Mahomes, dad bod. I'm sick of all Chiefs side stories.
I'm not rats off a ship because it ain't like he's out here volunteering this information. People are asking him questions about it. It ain't like he's bringing it up, right? And in fact, if we probably heard the answer, he was probably laughing about it. Like, really? That's what you're coming at me with? You know what I mean? So I'm not rats off a ship. It ain't something like he's like on Instagram going, this is the kind of body a Super Bowl champ has, right? No.
We've seen it before.
First of all, he ain't like Tom Brady was talking about eating avocado juice or whatever.
That's true. That was way more annoying.
Right. That was way more annoying.
I'm just annoyed by his greatness.
Yeah, that's it. So, right, yeah.
Glad you admit it, I guess.
I would venture to say this. If you went to any portion of Patrick Mahomes' life, he's always had this kind of body, right? Which might have been one of the reasons why a lot of teams didn't show interest in him. You ever thought of that? Because they want a guy to look like Tarzan.
Nah, I think he probably looked great as a rookie, and then all of a sudden he's got the kids and he's eating the Pop-Tarts. Kids love snacks.
Pop-Tarts.
Damn, they love snacks.
They love snacks, dude.
Pop-Tarts. They're good.
I gotta tell you.
Snitchy Mouse doesn't like Pop-Tarts?
No, she don't. Dude.
Kids aren't a big Pop-Tarts kid.
No,
she eats cauliflower pizza.
Yes. Cauliflower pizza. I'm like, I don't even know who you are. Like, what are you talking about? I said, you got Louisiana in your blood. No.
Where are your rats, J-Fig, on Patrick Mahomes?
I'm not rats off a ship. I mean, at least now he has this kind of view for his body. Before he was telling people they did him dirty. So I'm not rats off a ship.
He's more comfortable in his, another Super Bowl will do that for you.
Exactly.
Why are you getting mad at him?
Him and Marcos. They're all
Why you get mad at Patrick Mahomes? He's not doing this.
How did they do it this year? Face. He didn't have any receivers. How did they do it?
Mysteriously, them dudes start catching the ball.
Remember when he yelled at Andy Reid?
That was not
okay.
No, I remember him beating the Dolphins with a broken helmet.
Oh yeah,
because it was so cold. Where are your rats, Frog Boy?
I am not rats off a ship. I have been working on my Patrick Mahomes body for a couple years now. So I think I can take a couple hits. And, I agree. This is peak.
So
Great
it's
body.
okay. It's okay for that,
Yeah.
but not Tua.
You know why? Because he still runs. If Tua ran,
dude, can I just tell you,
fine.
One of the most frightening scenes in football is watching Patrick Mahomes take off and run.
I know. He doesn't.
And whenever he does take off and run, let me just add, there's never anybody within 15 yards of him.
I know. Yeah. Very frustrating. What's number 2, J-Fig?
Steph Curry asking off the Warriors in the summer.
Oh. Well, I mean, task at hand, but I'm not rats off a ship on that. That would be intriguing.
Okay.
Oh, yeah? Why?
Oh, here we go.
Task at hand.
I'm focused right now.
And say why.
I'm focused on the task at hand right now, which is the play-in. But should that happen, intriguing. Can't be rats off a ship on the intriguing.
I'm rats off a ship.
You don't think he'll do it?
He'll redo every other player on that team except Steph.
But if he asked off, you'd have to do right by him. Wouldn't you?
Yeah, but he wouldn't ask. Wait. What
if
let me say something here. Let me say something here. You don't put up with the crap you've put up with for the last 3 years with Draymond Green and now say I want out?
Everything comes to an end.
Look, here they go. They're
Quickly
asking for
his face changed.
Yeah.
No, just interesting. I didn't think about that, JP.
Waiting for the news.
Again.
You're speechless.
You're telling me you put up with Draymond and all of his stuff for the last 3 years and Klay not going over, right?
What if Steph just is like, hey, we've done all there is to do. You guys want to start over again? You can't rebuild with Steph Curry.
Does that sound like something Steph Curry would say?
I don't know what it sounds
Dame
like.
said that and it didn't work out. It didn't go well.
He's going to be 36 this summer. He's getting up there. Let him do what he wants to do.
I tell you what, hey, you could get a haul for Steph Curry.
Of course.
But guess where he would end up?
Can you?
You know where he'd end up, right?
Where, in Charlotte?
Lakers.
No, South. Correct.
You think so? Well, who are the Lakers going to trade? Who are the Lakers going to trade for him?
Oh, yeah.
You going to trade AD for him?
No.
I'm not going to trade Gabe Vincent for him.
Austin
Why do you gotta
Reeves.
keep mentioning that name?
Out of there.
Where are your rats with this, J-Fig? A very intriguing topic that you brought up.
Very intriguing. I thought it'd spark your interest.
Interesting.
I'm rats off a ship. I just don't see it happening.
Rats off a ship.
Frog Boy?
Yeah, rats off a ship. Now that Klay's gone, he can finally relax.
Wait. You think he can relax more if Klay's gone or Draymond?
Oh no, Draymond for sure. Draymond is just
okay.
A walking headache.
Okay, but I almost feel bad for Steph and Klay. As great as Draymond has been, as important they think Draymond is, that he puts his teammates through that, right? That's the bad part about that. Is not. Look, I get who you are. I get what you've been, an enforcer, the guy that's what you've done to get everybody there. But at some point, you got to look at Steph and you got to look at Klay and realize your boys, we've been through it forever. I got to stop doing this. And you just don't stop.
Silly Sauce makes a good point. I do need to get a new top hat for the postseason.
You burnt your last one?
I feel like you already replaced it, didn't you?
No, not my top hat, but I'm about to.
I thought you did.
Good old Amazon.
You got to get ready for now, can I ask you a question?
Still got your monocle?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Gotcha.
Can I ask you a
question?
Wait.
I don't have my monocle.
I thought you burned it too. I felt like
I did do that too.
Can I ask, Topes, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
What if you do if it's the other way?
If you get gentleman swept?
Yeah.
I mean, that's not very gentlemanly. That wouldn't help me. I would walk out with my tuxedo ripped and be like, "Unhand me, sir!"
Kicked out of the gentleman party.
Give us one more, J-Fig, for rats off a ship.
Sure. Here's an interesting one. Herpes monkeys in Florida. Apparently, the population is booming in Central Florida.
Wow. I'm rats off a ship on the herpes monkeys.
Yeah.
I mean,
Rats off a ship.
I know what she's talking about, though. Have you ever been to Silver Springs in Central Florida, Leroy?
It's a good thing you said that because I was thinking about doing that.
Here's the kicker.
Mm.
Okay. What are we doing? Like, my interaction with a monkey ain't gonna be to the point where I could get herpes. I don't care what the monkey got.
Well, if you go
I
on,
don't know why we all sit there talking about, ooh, herpes monkey. What are you doing?
dude, I mean, like a herpes monkey.
What are you doing?
They're gonna be they're there in Silver Springs. They used to have just like they were resided to this one little island part of Silver Springs, but they've population is
Okay,
booming.
which brings me back to my point.
Because as you could probably
Why
guess,
would a human have a problem with a monkey that has herpes?
Well, first of all, you should be scared of a normal monkey. They'll bite.
Correct.
Yeah.
These monkeys have herpes.
But it's almost like they bite with poison.
Yeah, exactly.
With poison.
Yeah.
Dude.
Well, don't just rule it out.
I could be sitting in my jacuzzi and the bushes behind me move and I'm out.
Aren't there a bunch of monkeys over by the Fort Lauderdale airport?
Is there?
I think so.
Yeah,
What's going on in Broward? Okay,
those are clean monkeys. You can mess
They
with
are,
them.
but I think you're right about that.
Okay, like, do you understand? Like how ridiculous you sound? Those are clean monkeys. Leave the monkeys alone.
Well, koalas have chlamydia.
What? I'm sorry.
What?
So what do we? Okay, again, a koala with chlamydia does what to Leroy? Nothing. I ain't coming that close to a koala.
Why not?
Why?
Because close to you.
Do you understand? I'm out.
What's
Before I even
scarier?
know it's a koala. Can I just tell you? Only white people go up to animals and say it's cute and cuddly, and then get their face bit off. I'm out. I'm out.
What do you
So
think?
you're not going to Silver Springs.
It's like, guess what? Yes, that's another thing. I ain't got to worry about that. Not going and post up in Silver Springs. I'm out. Here's the other thing. When people
It's very
like,
beautiful.
I sent Tobin's dumb ass a picture of a snake, right? He's like, "Ooh, that thing's poisonous." I said, "It don't matter. I ain't gonna be that close."
I got the app for that now, though.
Oh, find out if it's poisonous.
Yeah, but
That's
take a
good.
picture of it. It tells me what it is.
But I'm just saying, like,
Take a picture of the spiders in his backyard because those are
I
poisonous
killed
somehow.
those. I squashed those. I ain't afraid of no spider though.
All right, so
I
everybody.
squashed them. Some of them in the backyard crunch.
I just want to be clear here. Are we sweep everybody's herpes rats off a ship?
I'm not.
Herpes
No.
monkeys.
I'm
Oh,
not rats off a ship.
That's the least of the worries, actually.
This is like, wait. Do you
Okay,
understand?
but let's just say it was
Hold
one of
on.
your movies.
Let's
worried.
all use our big people brain here.
I'm
What
rats
kind
off a ship because I want to go to Silver Springs.
What has to happen in order for you to get a herpes from a monkey?
Just got to bite you.
I don't
Be
know.
close to them.
Okay, right, exactly. When the last time you walked up on a monkey, J Fig?
But if you're
they're agile.
if you're kayaking, it could get to you.
Yeah, it can for sure.
If you what?
If you were kayaking in Silver Springs,
Also, now they
That's
swim in the
kayaking.
water and they come and attack you
No,
like
they can-
Planet of the Apes.
they can jump from the tree,
They
dude.
swing, man.
Like, let's say you got something. Maybe you got some
I
snacks
know.
in your little boat.
Now all of a sudden you got Planet of the Apes on Silver Island or whatever this
Dude,
place
I'm
is.
telling you, you're
What's
just
wrong with you?
It's
You're
vacation.
dismissing
So
this.
they're like all
Planet
sitting up
of the
on the
Apes.
tree. They're all sitting up on the tree.
I'm not surprised. dude.
What's wrong? Do you
Hey, Carl, we got one.
do you understand?
Incoming.
Do you understand how
Dang.
ridiculous y'all sound? Listen, I'm gonna tell all intangibles the same thing I've been telling y'all since the beginning of my life. Leave the animals alone. Stop putting your
You're
head.
just
Stop putting your
kayaking.
head in gators. Stop trying to pet the pretty snake. Stop trying to pet the koala and all that. Leave them alone. Let them be. They
Take a
scared
break.
of you too. But the only difference is when you scared of something, you run. When they scared of something, they bite.
Take a break. Back up to this.
Previously on
Tobin and Leroy.
So when you run into one of these crack bears, you should be able to shoot it.
WQAM.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy take you up until 2. Let's get to our headlines brought to you by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Supercenter. Why buy a truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford. Palmetto Ford.
We know trucks.
Marlins are down.
Lizards.
You say it again?
I had to shoot a couple of lizards. They were swimming in my pool.
Nah, that's gross.
Like that crap costs money.
Yep, for sure does. Let's get to this. Marlins down 1-0, top of the 5th, 2 outs.
That's impressive.
Why?
Yeah,
Only one.
It's only one. Right.
Only down by one, baby.
They can win their first series, right?
Yes.
Got it right where we want them.
Yes.
Here it goes, the comeback.
Yes. There's AJ Puck having a good time.
Oh, look at him, just enjoying the game, huh?
Might as well. Hey, don't bring your gas can later, all right?
No, that's not the That's not the gas can he brings. He brings the meatballs, the hors d'oeuvres.
If you bring a gas, like you light it on fire, it's like they're both in there. But anyway, Leroy, can you get a weather update from the Demesman and Dover Law Firm? YourAccidentAttorneys.com. Free consultation 24/7. Call them at 866-954-MORE.
It's getting warmer. Looking outside. Oh, winds are light. 5 to 10 miles an hour. Let me see what the hell this one little cloud is doing. The winds are coming out of the east. And it is about 84 degrees.
Man. How do you do, Marcos?
Excellent. It is listed at 82 degrees, not too far off from where he said it is indeed getting warmer throughout the week, although we should have a low of 60s over the next couple of days. Winds coming out the east at 14 miles per hour.
Whoa. Wow, my trees are barely moving. But my grass is getting greener. My grass is getting greener.
That's because you're looking at the other side.
And also,
no, that's because they had to dig it.
Minus
That's the point.
-1. And then -1 to JFIC for agreeing with you.
What?
-1.
This is egregious.
I tried.
Because they had to dig a hole to fix a pipe that the people that came and dug up a tree sliced the pipe.
Yeah.
And so the air was getting into my sprinkler system, and that's why no water was coming out. So
the heat
caused 3 guys to fix the damage that the one guy that I paid to do. Oh,
damage is done, my friend.
It is.
Heat, they play at 7 o'clock tonight in Philadelphia. 5:45 is preheat. Heat are 5.5-point underdogs tonight. Jimmy's over-under for tonight, 23.5.
Under.
Tyler's is 19.5.
Over.
Bam's is 17.5.
Under.
Nikola Jovic, 6.5.
Under 17
Over.
from Bam?
He's got to be on the other end.
Be busy, I get it.
Yeah.
Joel
It has nothing to do with his ability. It just has to do with the job that he's going to have tonight.
Joel Embiid's over-under's 30.5. Tyrese Maxey's 24.5.
Like, look at that. Like, that's
They want
50,
to go over on that one.
that's 54 points. That's 50 points right there.
Yeah, well, if he gets there, we'll see, Joel.
Yeah, we'll see.
No, I'm just it's not a big deal if he gets his. It is a big deal if Tyrese Maxey gets his.
He went Highsmith 4.5. Put this in a parlay.
I see you doing some move.
Wait, was it?
Yeah.
Chili peppers.
We'll take a quick break. Chris Grier had a lot to say on the draft yesterday. We'll hear a little bit more from the Dolphins GM. Jorge Masvidal going to join us this hour as well. Back after this.
gonna have myself a real good time.
Welcome back. Tobin and Leroy here with you. 560 WQAM. Marlins down 1-0. Top of the 6th right now.
Oh, this in itself is a win.
Runner on, no outs. So Trevor.
Would you agree, Marcos?
Well,
this in itself is a win.
We call that within striking distance.
No,
where we want them, baby.
No, okay. Well,
got it right where we want them, baby.
I tried, everybody.
Ooh, you know what I'm gonna get today? You know what I'm gonna eat?
Whopper Jr.
No.
I know tomorrow we're getting half off Papa John's. I know that much.
Ooh,
I think I'm gonna go get. I think I'm gonna get some of them egg rolls.
Oh,
yeah.
From Flanny's?
No.
Which egg?
From the egg roll place.
Oh, world famous.
World famous.
Yeah, you're talking about rockin' rib rolls. He's talking about the ones that are stuffed with like anything you can think of.
Yeah.
Had them at the Super Bowl party.
Both sound delicious.
Both
sound delicious.
Delicious.
Chris Grier yesterday, he spoke to the media and addressed a thing or two about a thing or two. Namely, Jalen Waddle, of course, with Devontae.
Can we just repeat the same thing he said about Tua or repeat the same thing he said about Javon? That's what contract talks are.
Let's hear what he has to say about Jalen Waddle.
Have there been any talks, especially now with the Devontae Smith contract in place, any talks at all regarding a Waddle extension?
Like I said, I've always been Joe. We don't really talk publicly about things like that. We're aware of it. We're in a good spot with those guys, so I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah, but I mean, you kind of been talking about the Tua thing, though. Like, it's not like you haven't said anything on the Tua. Like, yes, it's been very around, but they feel good about
the Tua thing is a little different because you don't want to ever give the impression that you don't have full support of Tua.
Agreed.
And so that's why you have to say something to let people know this is not a situation where we are not communicating or we're not having talks. It's just a situation of draft time or whatever. So, but with other guys.
Yeah, he did confirm yesterday that they're picking up the options on both him and Phillips.
Yeah.
That was a little piece of news. Now, as far as Jaelan Phillips saying that he was going to be ready for the season,
he said he didn't say when during the season, you clown.
He said he was going to be ready for the season. I'm not misquoting him.
Yes. Okay. That doesn't mean week 1.
Doesn't mean it's not week 1.
Oh, my goodness. Are you kidding me?
Here's Chris Grier on Jaelan Phillips.
Well, Dr. Phillips, I don't want to speak for him. But no, it's been fun watching those guys. They've been rehabbing like crazy, and you guys know them. They're kind of maniacal just how they attack it. And so, I don't put any timelines or pressure on it. Our doctors have done a great job working with them and working through the process. So any timelines I wouldn't feel comfortable with. And, until we get to training camp, we give you guys more information then. But in terms of the roster, again, it's always the best player available, as we've talked about over the years. And so at whatever position that is that can impact us in round 1, if we have that pick, we'll be excited to add him.
Ha ha!
Still no timeline, huh?
Trade the first pick for 2 second rounders.
No, it's so lame, dude.
Wait.
Lame.
Wait. What was his last comment?
Take the best player available.
No. Dude, you say dealing with me is like dealing with a child. You with a straight face. What was the last thing he said?
Some best player. I'm going to draft him. You're definitely using the pick. Something like that. What did he say?
If we even have it. Or if we keep it. Yeah. He put it out there. Wait, if it wasn't a possibility, why would he put it out there?
Of course you want to keep your options open, but I'm just saying it's a coward's way out.
Why?
Because it's supposed to be a fun day for football, baby. I want to use something.
Here.
It's only
rule of thumb. When you have a few needs and those needs start dropping in the draft, you can get some more picks and move down and still get the same guys you would have got anyway. So why not have more picks?
They're yanking Trevor Rogers right now, 2 on, 2 out.
Oh my goodness. It's like
That was good though. 6 innings.
Solid for him.
Yeah.
Solid for him. He didn't get through 6 innings though.
Bum.
how many men on base?
2.
How many outs?
2.
Okay.
What bases are they on?
First and second.
Now, if 2 teams in hockey tie, which
Al Maca says, this is why Tobin is a fan and not a GM. Dude, I'm just saying, like, let's be honest. No Dolphin.
Thank you.
Here's what I would say, though. There's no Dolphin because the draft is one night. It's an event now, right? No Dolphin wants to go into this night, especially with no superstar that you got to make up for it. Nobody wants to go into that first night and be like, the Miami Dolphins have punted until tomorrow.
Hey,
awesome.
Can I tell you the only time you don't trade your first round pick? When the draft is in your city.
Yeah, don't do that.
Right. Other than that, listen, it's setting up for a lot of people wanting to trade their pick. You know why? Because all of the talent at all the other positions, mostly defense, are moving down in the draft. Not because of their talent, but because of all the offensive guys going before them.
Mike McDaniel wants that first, and it's not getting traded, says Luke on YouTube.
I promise you, Mike McDaniel don't want to draft no offensive lineman or no defensive lineman either. But you got to do it.
Well, what do you mean? So you think he only wants to draft weapons?
That's the way you guys listen. I picture you and Mike McDaniel walking into the saloon side by side and say,
"That's not fair.
Give me that first pick."
Oh man, that's great.
Right? No,
so fast.
That's why you can never run a team. Do you understand?
You're tapping into his fantasies right now.
The first pick, the Miami Dolphins select the fastest receiver in the draft.
So now, when did you become? Can I ask you a question?
Huh?
When did you become the Oakland Raiders or the Las Vegas Raiders?
I love speed, dude.
When did you become the Las Vegas Raiders?
We're gonna have Tyreek and Waddle and Devon Achane and Mostert. And then we're gonna have Xavier Worthy, new X-Man. Wow.
So, question: what if he's available in the second round and you want him? Can you trade your first round pick and still get him? Would you still be happy?
No, I'd rather use my second round pick on him and use my first round pick on something else.
Like what? What would you like to do?
I'd take a big ugly.
Okay, but here's my question, which I kept saying. With all of the offensive guys being drafted, those guys are being pushed down. So if you can still get the same guy in the second round, why not get a couple more picks?
Schmieden says Tobin and McCochin side by side would look like Timon and Pumbaa.
Why did I picture that?
Point for Twitcher.
In the draft, the mighty draft, the receiver sleeps tonight. Please don't trade your pick.
Did you not hear anything I said and you still believe that?
Hey, that was good. That was good. No one's acknowledging that.
Keep it going.
If you can get the same guy.
Draft the guy who runs 4.2. Wow.
Man. Or maybe 4.42. Michael Penix Jr.
If you guys
oh my God.
Fighting and shenanigans tonight at Bayside, Nate Diaz and Jorge Masvidal are having a face-off. I'm sure there won't be a melee. Okay, who could fight at a marina, right? Like, what are the odds
I think you're forgetting some events.
Wait a minute.
Really?
You had guys fighting underneath the stadium.
That's true.
Why would in the sun?
That did happen in the sun. Like, you just think the heat's going to get to Nate Diaz?
What about we had guys get ready to fight while we were doing a radio show in Vegas?
That was a great time. Jorge Gamebred Masvidal. He joins us next.
Previously on
Tobin and Leroy.
My interaction with a monkey ain't gonna be to the point where I could get herpes. I don't care what the monkey got. Leave the monkeys alone.
Well, koalas have chlamydia.
This hour
Very excited to talk to our next guest, Miami's own Jorge Gamebred Masvidal. He is going to be boxing Nate Diaz June 1st live on pay-per-view. He's in the middle of a press tour. Now, Miami, he will be there Wednesday, Bayside at Pier 5. Jorge, when's the last time Jorge Masvidal has been to Bayside? Have you? It's not typically a place Miamians go. It's very big, a tourist trap. It's been redone. When's the last time you perused Bayside?
Probably when I took my kids out. I think that's the last memory I got. Probably took them out to do like some shopping or eating around there. But I think that's the last time I went there, maybe like 2-3 years ago with the kiddies. You know, as you said, it's not like a place where Miami's a lot usually go to, because we've been there since we were like little and stuff, you know. So I mean, it's a cool mall, it's a cool spot, and for the Wayne's gonna be sick with the backdrop and everything. But yeah, I don't go to Bayside too much.
They have refurbished it. I've been there for a few.
It's so packed, you know. It's just nonstop traffic, man.
Yeah, the traffic's crazy, but I will say it's a lot prettier now. Like they redid the whole thing. I've been there before a couple Heat games now, so it should look cool.
When I was going, it was looking like not the greatest place. When I was chilling, bro.
How has this been, man? How has the tour been for this Nate fight? Have you enjoyed this whole lead up for this fight?
You know, the problem with me is that I get like in fight mode, so I just want to train, sleep, recover, train, and so it takes a lot to diffuse and for the dog to get his thing centered. You know, to do Zoom interviews and things like that is cool, but to like travel and actually like put my training secondhand and for an extended period of time, it's not like a day or two, it's for like a whole week. You know, part of me is like, oh, but I understand the game. I'm here to sell pay-per-views. I'm not doing anything else but selling pay-per-views. So I got to get the word out there. I'm fighting and I'm ready to compete and I'm in great shape. And I'm pissed off and I'm gonna hurt somebody now. Somebody's Nate Diaz. So I understand that process very well, man. Do I want to be doing it? Nah, I'd rather be at home, eat some sushi, playing dominoes and shit like that, training, getting ready to go train, shit like that.
What I felt like, because your BMF fight with him was so organic. You guys were both at like the heights. Everybody loved you. You guys just wanted to go there square off. It feels like there's a little bit more hostility this time around. Why is that? Why do you feel like you want to pummel him even more this time?
Well, one, for starters, he tasted my foot, and I heard people not liking that too much. I didn't taste any of his shots. I dropped him 3 times in the fight. I busted his face up. So I get it. He was sour about that. But then he made comments he probably shouldn't have in my book, calling me a coward, calling me a quitter. Like, oh, man, that shit bothered me because I never said a damn thing about him. Just praise and respect, which I still got a lot of praise and respect from everything he's done in the sport, the way he's carried himself, the type of fighter that he is. I have a lot of respect from him. But when you say those things, it's like, oh, you don't got to do that, especially to call somebody like me a quitter when I've never in my life tapped. I got 50-something fights. I've never tapped. I've had the option to tap. You could imagine how many times I've been in that scenario where somebody was close with a submission. I've never tapped. I've actually I'd rather just go to sleep if I can't get out this bitch rather than tap to another man. So for him to call me a quitter, I was like, man, you stupid because you've actually tapped, motherfucker. So no biggie, we'll just settle in the ring.
How have you enjoyed just training boxing? Has that been weird for you? I mean, you're a guy who your kicks have always been a big part of the game. We know you have the famous knee. So is it refreshing to train something like this? Is it a little frustrating? How is just training with your hands?
The abuse on your body that you take in MMA is like no other sport. There's not comparable. Not football, not any sport that you can think of, except maybe Muay Thai. There's no sport that really like encompasses MMA and the regiment that is involved in MMA to get you up to speed. It's just different, man. It takes a toll on your body. So no diss to the boxing because the boxing is still incredibly tough and it's not really a game or sport. It's life or death in boxing. But the amount of wear and tear on the body is a lot less, So I'm enjoying it, man. I'm enjoying the process. Out of all the martial arts, the one that's always come the most natural to me has always been the hands, where I could always make leaps and bounds of improvements in boxing, whereas in like wrestling, jiu-jitsu, and things like that, it had to take me a long, long time to really master and understand the principles of it, not just be able to do it, but like understand how it works, So I've always felt that I could transition well into boxing, and so far, I've transitioned amazing into the boxing for what my coaches expect from me and want out of me right now. What I've been giving them and showing them, you know, they're very happy with the progress. So I would say that you know, I can't say that it's been a great transition because I haven't competed yet, but for everything that's on the task sheet, I've accomplished it.
Jorge Masvidal is going to be fighting Nate Diaz live on pay-per-view June 1st. They will have their media tour hitting Bayside Wednesday, 6:30 is the press conference there. If you want to go see Miami's own in person, square off with Nate Diaz before they get it on June 1st. I've been seeing some things perusing around the internet, Jorge. Are you getting the itch again to fight in UFC? Is that a possibility that – because, you know, you seem pretty content with retirement. You were doing your promotion game and all that with Game Bread. How close, or give me the percentage of what the chances are we would see Jorge Masvidal back in the UFC?
Very good. You know, kind of part of the deal was that I go do these 3 boxing matches and I come back to the UFC and give them a fight, you know. So I don't know when that exactly will take place because I do have these 3 fights to do, and then we'll handle that. But MMA is like, I always knew even when I retired that MMA is like the funnest thing I've done ever in my life. Uncomparable drug, everything, every experience I've had in life, MMA is just different. It's so unique and beautiful. And the preparation, getting ready for it, then the walkout, and then when you're in that cage, you know, I just love everything about the sport, you know. So I knew I had to come back, and more than anything, I had to come back and get a W. I can't leave on an L. It's not me, you know. I'm not leaving on an L. So I knew that I'd come back. You know, when this boxing opportunity came back, it just sped all that up. Like, yeah, I'm going to be back in there and in the best shape of my life when I return.
How much did that itch come from seeing UFC 299 down here, man? Because you brought it back after 20 years of not coming to Dade. Now this is like the spot, and that atmosphere was crazy. It was fun, but that doesn't happen without you doing it a year beforehand. So was there a part of you that missed it of not being on that card?
Yeah, big time, brother. You know, like, man. A big part of me was like, man, I wish I could have found this car. And the other big part of me was like, it wasn't meant to be, you know. Too many outside factors. I wasn't in the type of shape I should have been in to even consider taking a fight like that. So, you know, I was very conflicted. But I'll tell you what, hopefully I get the fight in the UFC, for the UFC in Miami some point in the future. I'm not putting a date on that, but I would just like to give my city a major, huge win, you know, the way they deserve it, you know.
Your guy, Dustin Poirier, though, he put on a hell of a show on that night. I'm sure you weren't surprised by that performance, but, you know, Dustin doing what he's doing when people were writing him off, that how crazy did you find that he was that big of an underdog? And then for him to go, you know, have a performance like that, just how impressed were you with him?
I just knew it. Like, I swear, you know, it's different because I'm like blood, sweat, and tears with these guys, you know. I'm not some fan of the sport that doesn't train with these guys or never met them or seen them. Like, I'm in there with these guys. I watch the preparation. I watch, you know, I assess him as like an athlete, his speed, his power, how he's doing with the young guys that we're bringing up to push him and stuff like that. And I'm just always rooting for these guys, rooting for Kayla, rooting for, we just went 7-0 between Friday and Saturday. No, that blows my mind. 4-0 at UFC 300. The night before that was at PFL. 8-0. I'm sorry, 8-0. We just went, you know. We had Bo Nickel, we had Arman, we had freaking Kayla, we had Moicano. Like, this is some numbers, man. This is crazy. To go 4-0 at UFC 300 when they're getting faced with the best opposition that they could possibly fight, and for us to come out on top like that, it just speaks of the team and what we got going down there. It's special, man. It's a very small club. It's not the easiest club to get into, but man, do we go to bat for each other, show up to work for each other, to push each other. And it's been like that since I started. And, you know, numerous other guys are carrying that torch now and that tradition, and it's not going to change. It's just going to keep attracting that same type of individual that likes that, you know, that wants to get after it and give it all you got. And if you don't win, it doesn't matter. And you come back on your shield, you know, because we're going for the jugular every time, and we bring those same type of characters out. You look at a lot of the qualities I have, it's the same qualities that Dustin has, that no quit in them at no time. Doesn't matter if we're winning or losing. If everybody in the world wrote me off, doesn't matter, you know. And I mean, I say it with a badge of honor. I'm so proud to be a part of American Top Team every time I get a chance to mention it.
What did you think that after Kayla's win, the GOAT, Amanda seemed like she got the itch to maybe square off with her one day. How do you think that would go?
Huge fan of Amanda as well, as everybody knows. I've always been cheering for her, preaching about her. I think she's an absolute beast, man. One of the best to ever do it. But it's such an interesting contrast because as much as she's a beast on the feet, Kayla is a animal she just happens to be a gorilla wearing clothing, you know. But she's another gorilla when it hits the ground, or even once they clinch up, you know. She's got devastating knees, elbows, and she can take just about any takedown in the planet, you know. Shout out also to Holly Holm, because for her to take Kayla like that at her in her stage in her career, it's like she's such a competitor, such a dog. I'm a huge Holly Holm fan as well. And if you ask me right now, because probably the next question is who I put my money on. Right now, I would put my money on Kayla, you know, to beat Amanda. I really think I've been telling everybody when that girl comes over to the UFC, she's gonna bust out through the division, and she is. She's just gonna buzz out through the division. It's just gonna happen. She's gonna slice up everybody. Then her and Amanda are gonna fight, and that's gonna be the biggest fight in women's history possibly when that goes down.
I remember after Dustin beat Max Holloway for the interim championship, I got a chance to talk to you about that, and you were like, it's almost as good as a championship because he beat Max Holloway. So I know that's a guy you have a lot of respect for. What was your reaction to that ending that he had this past weekend? I mean, it took over the internet.
Not just the internet, it's everybody at the arena just sucked their soul out. It just, man, Max is Max, bro. I mean, I got so much praise for that guy. Forget about this fight. Just Max, win or lose on that fight, still one of my favorite fighters of all time. His spirit, his ability to keep getting better with the sport and growing with the sport. And then, you know, my favorite quality of Max, the dog in him, you know. And then he displayed it with 10 seconds to go, up 4 rounds to 1. You know, doesn't need to prove or show anybody anything. And he goes, all right, let's gamble it up. Let's go. I'm going to let you get some shots and come on, let's go. Let's find out right here, right now. And he does that. It's just a testament to what a gangster that motherfucker is and how blessed he is, because he's truly an icon, a gem for our sport, man. I feel that this is one of the best fighters we have, and he's everybody's favorite fighter, and he's also fighters' favorite fighters. You know, so nothing but respect for Max, man, and to do it like that, you know. One BMF has the quickest knockout in history, and one BMF has the latest knockout in hit, like 459. It's crazy, man. Like literally, he hit him and the bell rung. It was the craziest shit ever, man.
Jorge Masvidal taking on Nate Diaz live on pay-per-view June 1st. Go buy it on pay-per-view. Miami, if you want to come out tonight at 6:30, it's going to be at the Bayside Marketplace, New Bayside. You'll see them square off as they get in their press tour on. It should be absolutely fantastic. What do you want to prove to yourself, Jorge, in this boxing match with Nate?
Prove to myself, I wouldn't say to myself, because I ain't got nothing to prove to myself, really. But just go out there and compete, you know. Put my mind, put my body, my spirit. Sorry, man. Long nights, early mornings.
I get you.
Just up in the right mindset to compete, you know, to do what I've done. And it's a process to get here. It just doesn't happen overnight. Hey, I want to fight, you know. There's a process from the physical side, from my team side, getting me ready, from all the deals that we have to do, all the stuff. It takes a lot, you know, but I love it to be on the stage. I love to compete. Boxing's the first sport I fell in love with. When I found it around 7, 8 years old, I was like, what the is this? Loved it, you know, and then I was instantly warped into boxing. And then I discovered MMA a couple years later when I'm like 11, 12 years old. And then I fell in love with that, you know, so, and I pledged my life to it for the next 20 years. So I'm glad to be doing something like going into boxing now with all the skill, all the knowledge, all the experience that I have now. And it's against a great, formidable opponent that we happen to have some history with, that he thinks is unfinished, you know. So I don't mind knocking several birds down with one stone, you know. And your boy's getting handsomely rewarded for his talents as well, you know.
And well-deserved, man. All the best to you. Have a safe trip back down here and all over through your tour, man, and have a healthy camp, all right?
Yes, sir. And thank God, first and foremost, Jesus, for putting me in these situations to be able to take advantage of them. Thank you, all the listeners. Thank you, all the fans. Thank you, all the haters. And thank you, Dade County.
Jorge Masvidal, all the best, man. Take care.
Thank you, brother.